Okay, well, here we are.
Okay, so to recap what happened there at the end, um, you guys found the Necronomicon. It's a book, and you also found Lowell's alter ego, or rather, the ego that he's left behind.
Right. The record keeper.
After getting all this information, the the well, or this like stone, uh, this big stone sea, it burst open, and this horrifying thing flew up out of it.
Is it is it safe to assume this is an aberration?
It looks pretty
No, it looks like a
aberrant.
beast.
It looks pretty horrifyingly alien and not natural.
Alright.
We call him Hubert.
I'm also
Say hi,
concerned if my
Hubert.
health is really what it is. Look right. Oh yeah,
But
that's because it's covered in blood.
it's flying at the moment about 5 feet above the ground, so it's still within like melee range for you guys who are right next.
I
But
don't
yeah,
want
it
to
is
be next
flying.
to it, though.
Are we rolling initiative?
Yes, go ahead and give me initiative.
Might as well get that out of the way now.
I'm gonna use my ability, and I'm gonna give it to Fingrim,
No,
so he can
All right,
he can
that's
roll
pretty
twice.
cool.
I can roll twice. All right. Eventually, I'll actually roll twice too. Once my sheet starts cooperating, it's getting.
Is it still crappy?
Looks like it's maybe working okay right now, but I don't know yet. It's too early to come to conclusions here. Alright.
Hey.
All right. I'll go
Oh
for it.
man, that was a good, like, basically advantage roll.
That would have been the third one that I'd rolled in a row on this character on initiative. I'm pretty sure. Because all
Sounds
last
pretty
week I was
great.
rolling ones on initiative.
Once again, my initiative's not correct.
I don't know what happens when I try moving my character. Oh yeah, it doesn't like that. It don't like that much.
Rip.
God, I wonder why it's still doing that. Like whenever it used to be the other way around. Like nowadays, like now I can actually edit the numbers on it fine, but if I try to move it, it freaks out. And it used to be the opposite. Like I could move it fine, but if I tried to edit a number on it, like on a Raxi, it would just walk up. That'd be like a thing. I'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot. I tried to edit my health, and that's a big no-no.
Whoops. Just tell your game master not to hurt you. That's the easy route.
Gotcha. I'll try that.
No, GM Senpai, Yamate! Yamate!
I don't care about my HP, it's just I have to edit this token.
Yeah. I need to just play an archer, and I can just stand in place and fool
There
around
you go.
every round.
With arrow snatching as well, just in case.
Yeah, then when you shoot the arrows
And
back,
blurred movement
Okay,
so you
let's
can,
see.
like,
We've
move
got.
away from melee.
I just need to add
No, I don't want to move. That's the point.
Cormac.
I think it lets me
I
fire.
rolled mine manually.
Not
'cause,
provoke with
I
arrows.
can't
Yeah,
get my
I'm just
sheet
gonna
up
put
yet.
you on the thing there. There you go. Yeah, you're on the initiative tracker now.
I don't
Yeah,
even see his roll.
for
Actually,
some
I don't
reason
see your roll
my
either.
stuff's. I rolled it manually, but still, it's really bad on mine. Like
It might
I
be
have
doing the thing
to.
it did with
Keeps doing that to
Zaria,
me
where he
when
would
I
roll stuff and
manually
then
type.
he would like send me a screenshot like of what his
Oh.
roll was, and I was like, all right, it looks like you
Mine
got
would
it.
even submit. It would just be like, yep, this is now a blank field.
Yeah.
Congrats. Alright, what did I need to do?
Shall I roll your
Yeah, you gotta roll
initiative for
it.
you?
Mine might register later, but I'll take yours.
Okay.
I guess I have nothing to worry about. So,
Okay, you're at 11.01. Unfortunately, that is the bottom of the initiative.
Oh, that's all good.
I think he's out of spells anyway.
Yeah, that's why I
all
gave
right,
Fingram
Kudu.
the advantage.
You're first.
oh boy, am I?
Luckily.
Okay. I'm also like right next to it. That's concerning. Okay. Well,
So this thing is its whole body is this writhing mass of flesh. And while you see like parts of it that look kind of veiny, like they're throbbing and probably pumping something that you might think is blood, you don't think that like what's in it is blood because of all of this
yes.
like air and wind that's just circulating around it. You think that just everything in it is like air or something. And I'll also tell you guys this too, that its body is constantly flickering and shifting.
I don't think a wall is gonna help. I don't think slick's gonna help.
It's a floating balloon snake.
I will.
Yeah.
There's a tent right there, so I don't know if I can be there. So I'm gonna 5-foot step. I'm gonna have Drench moved. Drench is gonna 5-foot step back. I'm gonna 5-foot step back. And then I'm going to empower. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to empower to boost a blast, and I'm gonna do my touch blast, which means it's a spell, so I'm gonna need to concentrate. So let me do that, because I don't want to get interrupted. So what level are we? We're 13 still. Okay. Oh shit, my con is 7 right now. This is an amazing number. Okay, I succeed.
Oh, your con bonus is
I'm
7.
sure
I was
of
like,
it,
what?
unless
That
I
sounds
don't.
terrible.
No, I do.
I was gonna
Of course I
say,
do.
like, you know,
19 for the touch.
All right.
that's like
I think-
that's not a good kineticist build if you have only a Constitution of 7.
I figured there was maybe she should say she has drain or damage or something. Like I don't remember
I
that.
lost audio. Hold on. I can't hear
You
any.
did? Can you hear us?
Oh, there we go. My headset must be
You just
dying.
couldn't hear a sass. That's all.
No, my headset's. So,
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
were
So what
talking
happened?
about your 7 con.
Oh.
Okay, so roll. So the 32 was a check, right?
The
32 was
32 is to
concentration.
concentrate.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you concentrate, and the 22 was a what?
Range touch attack.
Range touch. Okay. A 22 range touch will hit,
Okay, cool.
and this is with the spell like blast, right?
Right, which is why I concentrated.
Give me a caster level check for spell resistance.
That's just the 13. So here. Yeah. Please don't be 24. Be like 18 or something.
22.
Your
It
watery
would be.
blast hits it, but all of this wind is deflecting and making the magic fizzle.
Shenanigans.
Yuck.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Fingram.
I shout to my allies, it's resistant to my spell.
Can I make a knowledge check on this thing?
Give me a knowledge dungeoneering.
Knowledge dungeoneering. Okay, I do have that one. Yep. It's not the best, my best knowledge, but
Oh.
I do have it. That's a good roll, though.
All right. You don't know what the heck it is, but you're accurately assessing what its strengths and weaknesses.
All right.
So yes, you know it has spell resistance, and it also likely is resistant to physical. You're gonna need something that is magic and slashing to hurt it in melee, which shouldn't be a problem for you.
Yeah.
Wait,
You
was
also
it-
think that.
Oh, go ahead.
What was that? You also think that this thing is going to be immune to the energy types of acid, cold, and sun.
Oh no.
Acid, cold, and sonic. Okay, well I do fire on my sword.
However,
Looks like I gotta throw
Sonic
shit at it.
resistance. Crazy.
yep, yeah, very rare immunity.
Well, it's so chunky that like you can't really break it with sound, I guess.
However, as windy and amorphous as its body is, you think it has a vulnerability to electricity.
Oh well, good thing I'm a
Hmm.
magus.
You're sure that it has spells that it can cast or
Oh my.
replicate, and they're likely all air-based.
Mm-hmm.
Its whole like shifting and like blinking in and out of sight is a natural partial invisibility, so it has a bit of
Okay, I have blind fights.
Ah, just like me. Well, not natural, but
and yeah, that's what you know so far.
fun.
Would I have had my sword out already? Did this happen? When did this happen exactly? Like, would I have put it away or?
Uh, yeah,
try to
this
remember.
basically happened once you guys were researching or
Okay,
like
so
at
I
least
probably don't.
inquiring about.
Yeah, that's gonna make things rough. I can't really spell combat then because I don't have a quick draw unless I punch him. I could spell combat punch him.
Also, you know it's an aberration with the air subtype.
Well, I do have some defensive stuff against aberrations, so I got that going for me. God, I'm like worried. I don't know what this thing's gonna do though.
Yeah, with that check, you know that this thing is fairly strong compared to you guys.
Yeah. And it's flying right now is the other thing too.
Yep.
Okay, so I feel like this is going to be a really rough combat no matter what I do in this instance. So what I'm going to do is yeah, I am going to pull out my weapon. And I'm going to use a swift action to enhance it with let's see, what do I want to give it? I'm going to enhance it up to a +5 bonus. Give it keen and shocking, the shocking properties. Keen
Okay.
and shocking. And then let's see, what's my concentration bonus? It's lower than normal, so I have to think about this a little bit for like what do I want to cast like a level 3 spell? Concentration bonus will be still +19. Or is that actually not affected? It says it's +19. I have the damage turned on still, right? Yeah, I do. And I won't be able to do spell combat, so it would only be +19. So yeah, I probably don't want to do like a high level spell. So yeah, I'm going to do I'm going to attempt to cast mirror image. That should be an auto cast one. Or actually, do I know? Before I do mirror image, do I know what its senses are? Like, is mirror image gonna do anything to it? Is it based off sight?
Yes, you don't think this thing has any kind of extra senses
Okay.
that would
Then
foil it.
I'll do mirror image. Might not matter if it's doing like a spell type attack, but if it does a physical attack, that will matter. So I automatically succeed on the concentration check, 'cause plus 19. Unless it has something else going on, I'll roll it just in case it has like disruptive or something. To make okay, and then it's gonna be D4 plus it's per 3, right? So D4 plus 4. Capped out at 8. All right, 7 Fingrams.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that is my turn.
All right, Gus.
Gus is going to 5-foot adjust. You know what? Actually, no. He's gonna have reach anyway. Gus is gonna cast greater invisibility on himself.
Okay. You do that. Would you like to move as well?
Yes. Gus is going to he is going to go ahead and run into the one of the tents here. Come on. Where's the thing? Gotta hate how slow roll 20 can be.
Yeah.
It's just been the last few weeks too. Like it doesn't.
It's their recent change on their software that just made it
Yeah.
a crawl. No matter what you do, it's just not a good program anymore. Anyway, that's pretty much his turn. So yeah.
Okay. It's this thing's turn now. It flies up 30 feet into the air. Fingrim, you may have an attack of opportunity on it.
All right, I'll take that. Let me just double check what it is. Plus 17. Let me make sure modifiers are set correctly. Oh, I gotta turn that off. Sorry, it's actually a little bit higher. I had fighting defensively turned on, which is incorrect because I didn't actually attack last turn, so I couldn't have fought defensively. So 30. Brr.
Okay. You hit it. Actually, no. Hold on. You would have hit it, except it's very mobile while it moves.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Sorry. Okay. It's 30 feet up in the air, directly above where it was. Now, this is gonna be. We'll see how this goes. Why wouldn't it give it to me? Okay, that's weird. Wouldn't let me click my radius. All right. This is a 30-foot radius burn.
Okay.
I need everyone to give me a reflex save.
Including the wolves.
Yes.
All right. Let's see here. This is an aberration, so I get that trait bonus.
Gus fails.
I don't know. I'm probably borderline.
Whatever it is, Gus cannot probably keep up with the combat
Since this
on
is
it.
aberration, we get like a +2 right now, Pluto, I think.
Yeah. I put that in my roll.
Oof. Let's get drenched.
You have that black cat reroll thing.
I think I already used it. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna get drenched rolled here.
Yeah, I know
I
we've
got it
all
from
used a lot
Grim,
of resources.
Gus, Pluto, Kudu. I got a roll for Jane and for the old lady.
Used it already.
Oh
But,
yeah, Gakotat's probably toast.
oh yeah.
Oh man.
We tried. We really did.
And tried to keep her alive and we were doing pretty good.
Oh jeez.
I used Black Cat already.
I think we all failed the save. That's like the funny
Rip.
thing. Probably like a
Yeah.
DC like 25.
Everybody failed. It's
So-
not a low save, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it's gonna with a thing like this. I anticipate it being like a save of like 20s, 25,
Oh
somewhere around
yeah.
there.
It's in that range.
That's what I was
Yeah.
saying. 23 is like really borderline. And I was like, probably not, but
I hope this doesn't kill anybody, but it's some damage.
it might kill Jane.
It'll probably
If it
kill
kills
me.
Jane, it'll kill Gus too. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
that's not the case. Okay, so
A bunch of dice, so I mean, you know.
what happens is it flies up into the air and it creates this powerful blast of wind that when it impacts the zone, very unlike how wind would usually work, it creates this sudden explosion of flesh scouring wind in a 30-foot radius burst. So everybody takes this much damage.
Okay, that could have been worse.
Thank God
That's a
it
lot
was
of
low.
ones.
Yeah, that Gus cannot survive that again.
Well, hopefully it's either something he can't do more than once or something that has a recharge at least.
Good thing
I
it
don't know,
didn't
we'll
hit
see.
50, otherwise it hits mass damage rules.
Okay, so now since everybody failed the check, I also need one more check from you guys. I need everyone to give me a strength check
Strength check.
because
okay.
because this is blowing everything away too.
What I find funny is that I still don't think I passed,
19's not a bad strength check.
but
The
I
thing
still
with
don't think I
ability
passed.
checks is they don't scale the way that other checks do, so usually the DCs on them are lower. Unless it's supposed to be basically impossible.
Yeah, this isn't 5th Ed where they all scale equally.
Yeah.
So,
I'm probably knocked back, and Jane definitely is.
Do
That's
I
the
still
funny
get
thing
the
with
bonus
checks.
for no?
Because they are on a D20, but everyone's
I would say
bonuses
yes
are...
because this is an
It's part
aberration.
of the thing.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
it don't
might be a
matter.
13 if I have the bonus.
Let's see what Drench might get blown away. I don't know. When I get his character sheet open, that'd be great. Oh, he's got a +2. Well, no. Okay, bye, guys.
Trench goes splish.
Is this just like a knockback effect?
Sort of. I mean, it's that's what it's doing basically.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like-
so if these are all my results, then okay, Drench fails, Kudu fails, Jane fails, Cormac succeeds, Fingrim fails with 11, and Gus
It'd be 13 if I get the +2 bonus.
that is still a fail.
And what was the case with Gus?
You succeed. Your 19 was enough.
That shouldn't even be possible, but we'll work with it.
A 19 strength check is like you hunkered down pretty damn good.
Maybe being in the tent helped you out.
Maybe the tent helped you. Okay, so I rolled the 1d4. Everybody who failed is knocked back 10 feet from the center of this explosion.
Why did I try to do this myself? I should have known better.
Okay, and that is its turn.
Oh, it's so laggy moving tokens.
Oh,
Yeah.
it moved.
I
it
don't
for
know.
me.
I have a
Okay.
feeling that like whatever like the lag with moving tokens is like some kind of like memory thing concerning like when I assign like character sheets to these tokens, because I can move the other ones that like don't have a lot attached to them fairly easily.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the player tokens that always take the longest. Jane is hurting pretty bad. She's gonna lay on hands herself.
Sounds like what you're saying is I need a new token or a new sheet, new character
Or
sheet.
no sheet at all.
Yeah, I'll just delete everybody's sheet right now, and you can fill the new ones.
I mean, for me that'd be just fine because I would just re-import it from Fantasy or Hero Lab like I've been doing every time I level up anyway.
I quit using Hero Lab when realizing that we're gonna have to be reliant on these sheets.
I mean, I haven't been relying on these sheets.
She heals, and it's out of her range to shoot it with touch attacks. She's going to move over here towards the doors, and she yells for everybody to like get in here.
Towards the. Alright. So Catclatat didn't die then.
Oh yes, miraculously they're not dead, but they are
She is unconscious.
unconscious.
Okay. Well,
Cormac.
Blast Zone if he does it from there again.
I'm trying to figure out a good use for Blade Barrier, but if we're all gonna flee through those doors, I could throw it up on that.
You guys
once
don't
we
have
get-
to listen to Jane.
Because I know fingering can fly, so I don't want to put a Blade Barrier around it, just so you can attack it. But I could cast it in it, and it has to roll a reflex save or take the damage.
Oh yeah, and suffice to say, the all of the tents like are shredded and
Gone.
after that.
What happened to Wolves? Is he still there?
Oh, that's right. I have to give him damage.
Cormac's gonna do that.
You gonna
He's
do
gonna-
something about this? Like he's being disrespected by this worm.
Not his monkeys, not his circus.
He is heavily damaged at the
He's like, not
moment.
my problem. He's like, this giant worm is beneath me, and we're like, he's above you. He's literally above you.
So
right
sorry,
now.
Cormac. What was that?
On Blade Barrier, I was wondering something. Could you make? I know you can do a wall. Can you make it a ceiling, or does it have to be a vertical wall?
Let's find out.
It says a wall.
It says
and
an immobile vertical curtain of whirling blades.
or a circle.
Yeah, so it has to be vertical.
All right. So he's gonna make it a cylinder, but it's gonna be a 5 feet cylinder. He's gonna basically summon his Blade Barrier inside it.
So right
So
on
it has
top
to
of it.
roll it has to roll a reflex save or take the damage as if it's passing through the wall.
Okay. Can you place the thingy on it for me, just so I know? It's
Give me a sec.
It does also. It is an SR, yes, spell too.
give me a cast level check. Okay. 24. That succeeds.
That's my last attack spell. Other than shout, which
It rolls a 21 on its save. Does that meter beat?
that meets.
Dang.
Okay, so it'll take half. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It moves
All right.
out of that position. Like
Yeah, it forces it somewhere of its choice. So it's gonna go like over here, I guess.
yeah. I was gonna try to encircle it, but I want to make sure like Fingrim
Okay, it
can.
takes some damage. Is that your turn, or do you do anything with a move?
As a free action, he enters a rage.
Okay, you do that.
Get some health.
On Lowell's turn, he
Teleports away.
let's see. The book was probably like got blown away somewhere when it busted. An 8. So let's see, I think it's going over here. He runs to go pick up the book. Kudu.
Hold on. I have to put my burger down and my fingers are dirty. Hold on. Okay, let us see what I am going to do.
Yeah, he picks up the book.
That kind of hurt. Where's Kaklateth? Over there.
She's
Okay.
over.
She's over
unconscious
here,
over
and
here.
she's unconscious.
Yeah.
Almost dead. She's still wind too, by the way.
She's still what?
She's still wind.
Oh.
It actually gave her some DR versus that attack, which sort of saved her.
Alright, I'm gonna telekinetically blast. I'm gonna hurl stuff at it. It's in the air, right? So I don't think it can reach me or something.
It's 30 feet in the air, so you're more than 30 feet away from it. You're like almost 50 feet away from it.
Okay, and I don't have this information handy, so let me pull it up. Drench is also, he's going to pull a bead off of the necklace of fireballs. Did
You're
you
like
guys,
45
did you
feet away
say
from
it was immune to fire at all? Did anybody say that? I don't recall hearing that.
No, it takes
Fire.
It takes full fire damage.
Okay. What is the damn DC to this thing? What's it? Okay, it's the caster level, right? So it's 10th caster level. Item DC 14. Okay, for this item. So Drench is gonna throw his biggest bead, which is a 66. So reflex DC 14.
Okay, give me a cash level check.
Yes.
It's plus 10, right?
Yeah. Ooh. Okay, well, he
The
tried.
fireball fizzles. Yeah.
Alright, and then, yeah, Kudu's going to telekinetically blast. I'm going to empower up and avoid burn, and when Hirala works with me, we'll get there. And
No worries. I'll narrate how the fireball fizzled. So he throws the bead and it takes like it's like fiery form, but all of the winds surrounding it, they like catch it and just like smother it as like you see it like trying to explode.
okay, and I'm gonna like take materials from the tents and whatever and
Alright.
chuck it at it.
Yeah, there's all kinds of debris lying around, like chunks of stone too. Alright, that hits. Go ahead and give me damage.
So its AC is not super high. Okay.
It's not incredibly high, but still high.
This is a lot of damage.
That is a lot of damage. That's what you guys need right now.
Yeah.
All right. It seems like all of it hurts it, because technically that is magic.
Wait, magic,
And the
bludgeoning,
damage type
piercing, and
is like
slash.
bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it gets through all of its teeth. All right, good job. That hurt it.
Nice.
Hurt it pretty good.
Good
So your
try,
turn.
Drench. Yep.
He distracted it.
There you go.
Well,
Theo.
I need a turn of setup because I need to take a standard action to cast use the fly hex before I can do anything. So I'll do. I can use the fly hex. I activate prehensile hair just in case he like moves into range or something, triggers an attack opportunity. I don't know. It's probably not going to happen. And then can I do anything with a move action apart from moving? I mean,
Draw an item.
I was looking into that, but I don't know if there's really an item that I'd want, like that I wouldn't just immediately drop the next turn. So, yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
The only thing that's even tempting at all is
Gus.
shield, but I don't think I have time for that.
Let's see. Gus is gonna run over to the doors at this point.
All right. You do that.
Another thing you could do is start activating your wind walk as well. Because I don't think you have to
what
stay
kind of
still.
action is it?
It takes 5 rounds to do it.
Do you have to be still during those 5 rounds? Or like concentrating or something?
I think you have to at least concentrate, which is a standard action, so it would take 5 rounds to do it.
Yeah. Never mind.
Okay. Is that Gus's turn?
Yep, nothing he can do.
All right. It's gonna do something. The winds around it begin whipping around. This does not have any discernible like hands or anything else, but you casters with spellcraft trained know that it's using some kind of spell-like ability, so you can give me spellcraft. Okay, that's a 38 and a 29.
Actually, I can't ignore my spellcraft because I'm in rage.
No? Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You can't concentrate or use any action set. Or, yeah.
I know what it is though, at least.
Yes, you do. Pluto. It is creating a very powerful evocation air effect. It's creating a whirlwind.
All right.
No, no.
This will likely kill Gus.
If it's going for you.
I mean, Kudu just hit it for like 50 damage, so I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if it's going for.
I also
Yep,
hit it
guess
pretty
You
who
know,
it's
good.
on.
opposite side of the room.
Yeah.
We're gonna get both of you. So it's 10 foot wide at the base, and it like flumes up to 30 feet wide at the top. And it is 30 feet tall. So I need Kudu and Drench to both give me reflex saves.
Fun.
It is an aberration, so you got that going
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, but I don't think Drench gets that bonus, so.
No, Drench might be screwed.
Okay, so Kudu, you save and you avoid getting sucked into the whirlwind.
Oh, good.
You can move yourself to a space adjacent to it, whichever one you like.
Uh, I guess that doesn't matter about here.
Drench, however, is sucked into the whirlwind,
Ah, yes.
and he takes 10 points of damage, and he is now trapped in it. He is gonna go wherever it goes.
Okay, Jench goes
He will
unconscious.
get.
Actually, can elementals take non-lethal? Like when I burn heal him?
They can.
Okay, yeah, he's unconscious then.
Okie
But not
dokie.
bleeding, just from non-lethal.
I mean,
And
how
with its-
how does a water elemental bleed?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
We can check the elemental traits to see if they are immune to non-lethal. I don't think they. It uses
I don't
its
think
other
they are.
move action to ascend 30 feet higher, and that's its turn.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Jane is going to. Uh-oh. Okay, she's actually gonna.
She's gonna rescue Cacklet.
Caklatath is air.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we can't do anything with Cackleteth at this point. We can't provide potions. We can't provide any healing of any sort because form.
Well,
Does that
it
form
works like-
revert when unconscious?
I don't think it reverts when unconscious. It might revert when
No,
they're
the
dead.
spell's still going, probably. Even in death, the spell might still be going, and if it wasn't cast by that person, maybe. Oh.
It works like gaseous form as far as like their body. So I think you can actually touch it because they just get DR magic and then become immune to poison, sneak attacks, and critical hits. But you can hurt a gaseous formed person, and that's how Windwalk works. It uses gaseous form as the effect on the person, except they can fly super fast. She's gonna lay on hands.
I don't want to, like, ruin my day, but you did say that it had this natural concealment, so I rolled a 29 on my percentage.
Oh, okay. A 29, that actually still hits it.
Okay, cool.
Its concealment isn't super high, you find out. Okay, so Jane lays on hands the unconscious incorporeal, like slightly incorporeal Caklatath, but she doesn't know what to do. Cormac. Jane's panicking. All she's doing is like running around healing people.
That's fine. Kudu's got this under control. I got this under control, guys.
She can't even see Gus, right? I can see Gus. I've seen visibility up, but
Only those that can see invisible creatures can see Gus right now.
Yeah, not it.
So that's B basically, I think.
So as far as you're
Yeah.
concerned, or everyone else is concerned that cannot see Gus, he must have been blown off by the wind blast.
Gus
Actually, yeah,
always
I
leaves
wanted to-
combat.
Last time
I
we saw
wanted
him.
to say that. Like he went into the tent and then it just got like blown away and torn to shreds and
Blown
there's
away.
nothing.
They didn't even see him go in there because he turned invisible first, right? And then went
Right.
into the tent.
Yep.
So they have no
Was it?
idea.
Okay.
We have no idea. Most of us have no idea where he's at. Like I said, I can
Okay.
see him.
It would
I
have
know.
been funnier if it was the other order.
Yeah. He just goes in the tent and turns invisible. And we're like, oh my god, the wind
Yeah,
just
yeah.
shredded him to
He's
shreds.
gone.
Is he okay?
Cormac
To
just
shreds, I said.
moves towards the door. He doesn't know what to do either. He like, yeah, he doesn't know because he can't go. He can't attack it. He doesn't have anything that
Yeah.
can hit it.
I'm hoping for a good turn next turn. Well, a good turn in like the next 2 turns, I guess. I gotta roll pretty good though.
Okay.
I'm hoping for a good
Cormac,
turn
head
every
towards the
turn.
door. That'll probably take a double move from you, I think.
No,
Right, but I got good tools.
I just start making my way towards the door. I don't go towards it. I don't get all the way to the door.
Okay, because I think you can get all the way to the door. Because your movement speed is 20, right?
Yeah, I guess I'll get all the way to
Yeah,
the
you
door.
can get all the way there.
Alright.
Lowell's the book in his hands, he starts to run towards the door. Over here.
Runs into me.
Oh yeah, maybe he does like bump into Gus. Alright, Kudu.
This invisible
Shit.
barricade is beneath me, says Lols.
This is concerning, but Kudu knows what she needs to do. Blast away! Alright, I'm gonna gather power and attack this thing. And then percentage.
Okay, 35 hits its AC, and the 46 succeeds against its concealment.
Nice.
Oh, Cormac finally moved on my screen.
Ooh!
He did.
Yeah,
That's a lot of damage again.
Yeah.
It finally moved on my screen too, and then I went to move it again, and we'll
Ouch,
see if
that
it does
hurts.
it.
Oh god.
There it goes.
And
Is that your Kudu?
I'm going to 5-foot step away from this. I'm gonna look concerningly at it with like the limp blob of water floating around in there, but I don't know. She has a feeling this is her priority.
Okay. Findrim.
Or like a circle or something. I don't know. Alright. I am going to do a spell combat now that I have the fly hex activated. The spell I am going to start my spell combat with is wait, do I have it prepared still? I think I do. Where's it at on here? Yeah, Storm Step. I'm gonna cast me a Storm Step. So storm stepping
Ooh, that
through him
electricity
on the other
damage.
side up here into the air, up like a upward angle.
Okay.
You do that!
Yes.
It might eventually get over there.
While you're waiting, go ahead and roll me a cast level check for the SR.
That's a pretty tall order. All right, there we go. Whenever I move there, the whole program locks up. All right, here we go. I believe I just have the +2 from spell pen. I don't think I have greater spell pen or anything like that, but let me double check just to make sure. Because I think at one point I went like a month without remembering that I had it. Okay, we're good. That might not do it.
20 unfortunately does not beat its spell resistance, so
All
you
right.
still get there, but
I get there, but I really wanted that electricity damage to hit.
its winds are protecting it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a couple attacks on him, though, with or 3 attacks actually, -2 for spell combat.
Okay.
So this is +17. Ooh, and I keened this weapon, so
Ooh.
that should be a chance for critical. 1920 turns into 1718. 1920, yeah. So
roll it again.
Probably not confirmed. I gotta roll concealment too.
Unfortunately, it doesn't confirm, and yes, roll me
I don't know if
concealment.
I've confirmed a crit in ages. I feel like I always every time I get a threat, I just don't make.
Yeah,
the
roll
confirm.
20 always like blue balls you.
Every time, yeah. All right, so I gotta roll a d100. Looks like I missed from concealment
Oh,
as well. So that's pretty funny.
oh no!
I had a
Yeah,
5% chance to miss that, and I did it. All right.
No, dice, stop killing my player.
All right. I got some more attacks, but they're very unlikely to hit because they're very low. My iteratives basically.
$26 is a miss.
And then that misses too. All right.
Yep, that's a miss.
10 out of 10 turn.
Oh god, the dice. Gus.
Gus is going to go further inside the room, probably about a good 30 feet, probably standing next to the hole. And then he's going to drink a potion of Cure Moderate Wounds. And that is his turn. And I'll go ahead and roll my recovery. It's going to be whatever this is plus 5. Whee! I
Ouch.
gain
Yeah.
9 points. All right.
Well,
Well, he's
it
gonna
might make the
move
difference.
and. Is did the doors already open or was it not opened yet?
I don't think anybody's opened them yet.
Okay. Well, he would have then
Unless Jane
opened
did
them.
earlier. I don't remember that.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I couldn't
You-
remember if Jane did.
No, she didn't. She just ran there and
Is that move action?
It's a move action to open the door. So you could
All
go
right.
in with another move action.
Well, he had to go and drink a potion. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So, he'll open door.
Okay. You do that. On its turn. Well. Fingrim didn't hit it.
Yeah, I tried to.
Yeah, I really needed you to.
Which means it wants to destroy the thing that is hurt.
Me, the furry thing, which is kind of fine. I know it sounds strange, but I'm okay
You're in
with
good health
this.
right now.
No. No, I'm
That's
not.
right. Your health is deceptive because you have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
Right.
You could go unconscious at any moment.
You
Well, I
know.
mean, if I roll well next turn, then he's gonna be hurting a lot from that. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. We'll see.
Darn it, come on. Make this stupid circle for me. That's actually the biggest thing that I want, is just like, I want a 30-foot circle. Make me a 30-foot circle, please, roll 20.
I know, right?
And not have to like.
The thing that's the worst about this creature is that it's flying. Like, we're not only
Keeping
out
track
of
of
it, like a lot of resources, but it's
Oh,
up
this
in the air.
encounter? Yeah.
Yeah, half of our party is like not able to deal with the
I
fact that it
was,
flies.
yeah, I was not in good shape for this at all.
Okay,
I-
so Fingrim, you're right next to it, so you actually aren't in this radius. And
Oh, okay.
Jane is thankfully just out of, because it is centering on Kudu.
So
It
Kakwatat's
wants to
done
kill.
for.
Oh, it's probably dead. But yeah, Kudu and Drench.
Take a
give
shot
me,
for
those reflex
Kakwatat.
save.
What? Save?
Take a
A
drink of my
reflex
beer.
save.
Okay, Drench is
Because it
unconscious.
shoots a scouring blast of wind again. It's recharged.
Oh, so I am in it
Oh,
though. Looks like,
shit.
right? Or am I not?
No,
'cause
because
I'm high up?
you're like
I'm up in above it.
you're near it. Like it's
Okay.
60 feet in the air, so you're out of it.
Can Drench
Gotcha.
reflex while he's unconscious?
Technically, yes. I don't know how unconscious bodies do that.
Well,
They just have no
Would
dex.
he, and
They have
would
0
he,
dex.
would he be able to reflex while he's in the cyclone?
Yes,
That too. Well,
that's
yeah,
the
but-
crazy part.
Yeah, but I mean, he has a 0 dex, which means he's gonna have
And because he's
-5.
familiar, he has improved evasion, so he could just
Oh my
take no
God.
damage.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining surviving by ragdoll physics alone.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's silly.
What's a good reflex save, Kudu?
So I put a -5, or well, I put unconscious on the dex, but it didn't change the reflex on Hero Lab.
Weird.
It is weird. Hold on. So ish. There we go. Now it's doing it. Now Roll20 doesn't want to accept my roll.
Ah, you roll 20.
We shake our fist at
We
you.
must know the fate of this little water thing.
I'm refreshing.
Oh yeah, and I already rolled Cackletath's
Oh, there we go.
reflex
Ouch.
save. It was a 5.
Okay. Oh no, not good.
Yep, not good.
Yep.
Here's the damage.
Cackletath is dead. Totally dead.
Wow, that's the same as before. What the hell?
It's a lot of ones.
Yeah, that's a lot of ones. Holy cow.
That is weird on how that was the same identical result.
I think
Yeah.
the dice
I-
were rearranged, but
You know
yeah,
what though?
same-
This is not the answer to life, universe, and everything. This seems to be the opposite of that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, like last
no,
time there
it's
was
on
only 1 6. This time there's 2 6s. So it's
it's
not
on a genocidal rampage.
Oh.
Genocidal
but
rampage.
there's a
Wow.
lot of ones.
That's what these things
Okay.
do best. They
All right.
excel at genocide.
As I expected, at some point in my life, I was gonna lose my familiar.
You take half of that damage, Kudu. 21 points of damage, and yep, Drench, unfortunately, probably does not have enough
Yeah,
health to
I think you
us.
can familiar. Well, maybe I'm not sure how that one works.
Yeah, I can. It comes from my
Resummon it.
mind, so it just takes
Yeah.
time. Not that much time actually to get
Do you,
it back.
do you lose a level like you do with most other things like that?
No.
No? Okay.
No negative
All right,
levels
so
or
I'm taking
damage or anything.
half. So that's
All
minus
right, so
21.
That's
I'm still up.
that's
I'm still up.
it's going to fly. It's not going to ascend anymore. It's going to fly over here, which will provoke from Fingrim.
Ah, you just made a mistake. Not really. Yeah, not really.
Yep, it'll be a miss. And the whirlwind is going to move in its pre-programmed destination. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Is it
It
like
seems like
circling
it's going
around?
around, yeah, the
Yeah.
camp. And that's his turn.
Hmm.
Yeah, Jane, like, covers her face and stuff as that wind, like, she can still feel it on her, but yeah, Cackletath's body is absolutely torn.
The shreds, you said.
Jane can't even find the voice to cry out or scream or anything. She's just in pure adrenaline mode, and she runs back to the group here.
What the hell, Jane? Cast Breath of Life. Quit screwing around.
She will swift action heal herself.
Do paladins get Breath of Life like as a little force spell? Maybe
Maybe.
can't remember.
Be pretty high up there. And she is also going to use the move action to go inside.
Probably not, but maybe.
She is scared. All right, Cormac.
Yeah, I guess they don't. Only clerics and shamans and oracles get it.
Hmm.
And if you can get the healing domain. I think there might be like some other weird archetypes that can get like the healing
Trying
domain.
to figure out.
But I guess that's basically just clerics.
No clue what
I don't
Cormac's
think
gonna do.
a healing domain.
I guess so. He's gonna go back in there. He sees the other two fighting. He's not gonna.
Look at this thing I found.
He's gonna give this thing another target to spread out the damage if it wants to.
You shake your fist at it.
Really? Or, you know what he does? He steps up, even though it's not gonna do any damage. His
Throw
finger. He moves up, ends his rage, so he gets fatigued, and he shouts at this thing.
All right.
Even though he knows it's not gonna do damage, but he's gonna
Right,
try to get its attention. Yeah.
So you're literally just yelling at it.
No, I'm using the spell shout.
Oh, the spell shout. Okay.
Shout.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a caster level check.
Let it all out. These are the
The
things
things that we
we do
live
without.
without. Come on.
Of course, I moved my token, so my thing froze.
Oh
They have
no.
those things, don't they?
Yeah,
I think they do.
it's frozen. But you could do 1d20 plus 15 is my caster level check. If you want to roll
Okay.
it for me.
Okay, I'll roll it for you. So it's plus 15.
Yeah, he's got spell pen like I do.
Ah, you're just there. It's like a tiny bit below.
He'll
Unfortunately, it
even if the spell
fizzles.
fizzles, he'll shout at it like,
Yeah.
"You worthless swine!" What like
It might not even
basically just
understand you, but yeah.
like cussing out and like
It recognizes that
try-
something is yelling at it. It's hard to figure out like where it's looking.
So that's his turn.
Lulz moves inside with his clutching the Necronomicon. Kudu.
Is this just the combat where Kudu solos this thing? Like, it's possible.
It might be.
I'm gonna have to. Like, I don't know.
Kudu's
tried-
like the fucking
I
boss
tried
fight.
so hard, but I rolled so poorly.
Sorry.
As the Linkin Park song goes.
I tried so hard. Okay.
But Ford rolled so
But
badly.
you only got so far.
And I thought
Yeah,
he was talking about
doesn't really
rolling
matter.
poorly.
I'm gonna 5-foot step, gather power. Kudu's like, she looks concerningly drained and pushed to the limit.
That hits. Gosh, your like rolls have just been fantastic.
Oh, no,
Oh no!
no! It's
You have
too
no way to
blurry.
re-roll that, do you?
No.
Fuck.
Well, you're gonna have to
Yeah.
hit now, Fingram.
Alright, I'll try. That probably around it this time because I don't have another Storm Step.
Yeah, because
Well,
I'm pretty
yeah,
sure
but-
this thing's gonna finish me here.
Technically,
You were like super close to hitting it, and like just part of its body just happened to phase like out.
I
Do you move or do anything
teleport.
else?
like
I
yeah,
5-foot
spell
stepped
teleport.
already, so yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Okay.
think that's a good use of the spell, but I
Finger.
can do that.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna use a maximized shocking grasp and hope I hit this time, and overcome SR. It's a pretty big if, but you know, I'm gonna try it. I can just fly after him. I don't know his reach
Alright, you
is.
do
It
that.
might provoke,
Oh, it totally does.
but I do have mirror images, so I mean, you know, it's whatever.
It provokes at 15 feet.
Okay.
It'll take an attack on you. One of its tentacles tries to slappy slap.
It's probably gonna hit me. My AC is not very high right now. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okie dokie.
D8 for the mirror images. I have 7 of them.
It misses you.
Okay. Go down to 6 images. I'm going to attempt. Now, he's not wearing or holding anything metal, so I don't get that
Nope.
bonus, unfortunately.
Hmm.
I guess I'm charging him because there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
And I need every little bonus I can get. So, where is charging on here? Charging. So I got a pretty good bonus to hit at least. Let's see what happens. That is a chance for crit.
It is a chance for a critical.
Hey, I just got
Oh.
roll versus concealment.
Now, roll me the roll me the concealment.
All right, we're good.
You did it.
I have to roll versus SR for the shocking grasp part.
Mhm.
Oh gosh. Does the shocking grasp crit too?
Yes, it does.
Yes, it will. If
All right, it's a maximized
Nice.
shocking grasp, so
You
that's going to
did
be
it.
60 electricity damage
Oh,
just right from the get-go, plus some
all
other
right.
roll.
Go ahead and roll.
Second D6 is electricity damage, so there's also an additional 2
Believe
electricity.
it or not,
2
your
fire
extra
damage.
matters.
Yeah, and then I max rolled it. Damn, I max rolled my my weapon damage and had a maximized spell. So
Okay, so that's 32 just off the weapon.
yeah, well, a little bit more if it's a vulnerable to electricity, because 2 of that is electricity damage. The second D6 is electricity.
Okay.
But yeah, and this is a +5
Well,
slashing weapon.
you hit it for over 100 points of damage
Yeah,
because of its vulnerability.
hopefully it kills it. I don't know.
You come
It is
like flying,
orange hell.
charging at it, and as it like tries to reach and tentacle you, you find the most like corporeal part of its body, and like you slash into it, and that lightning just happens to find like one of its like veiny currents, and it was like the artery or whatever, like
Does it
the
have
biggest
death throes?
one, and you guys just see its whole body like lighting up like a giant strobe. Its veins are circulating that electricity, and sure enough, yeah, there's no skeleton inside of this thing. It's the most bizarre, terrifying, and heroic thing you've ever seen.
Wait, it's heroic?
Well, because you hit it.
Oh, me charging it was heroic. Gotcha. Okay. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what? You're like, it died. The purple worm thing died a hero. Like, I don't
It
know if I go that
screams and
far.
writhes in the air, and it doesn't make like a bestial scream. It's just like the air all hissing around it.
It's like a deflated balloon.
Yeah, it doesn't comically like deflate, but eventually, like every part of it starts to become ash and blow away until there's nothing left of it.
Dust in the wind.
Well,
I was waiting.
I'd say your
Dust
finally
in
confirmed
the
crit was
wind.
well worth it. Well,
Yeah.
well worth the wait.
It was well worth the wait.
But at
I
what
guess I did
cost?
crit with Calcific Touch against the giant, so I do have that.
The funny part is that you still didn't do as much damage as Kudu did.
Oh yeah,
Oh
I know.
yeah, no, I did a lot.
But that was like 3 attacks, so
But yeah. All right. Gus, do you do anything left in this round?
He pulls out his flask and takes a deep, deep drink.
You do that.
Grabs he grabs the book that's on the floor there.
I thought
Oh, that's
Lowell took
actually in
that.
Lowell's possession. Sorry.
Okay, it is in his possession. Okay, then
He didn't.
he
didn't
just
leave it.
takes a deep, deep drink, and then just says, "Well, that was a thing."
That was a thing. Jane Swift heals herself. And she's still like, everybody get in here. Cormac.
Fine. I mean, Cackletat's dead. That part's not fine, but
Oh, welcome back.
they left.
Cormac,
What happened?
what do you do?
He he's fatigued, so he like kind of drops to one knee out of like tiredness, and
Mhm.
he's like saying Gorham under his breath, and he'll start walking out or walking towards.
All right.
Actually, he's gonna go because Kaklotesh's body is still there, right?
It's actually still there, but yeah, the old woman is like completely like torn up and cut up. There's still a but yeah, it's been like scoured by the wind.
Yeah.
There's bone showing.
He'll walk over to it, and he's gonna
Okay.
pick her up.
You walk over to the body, Cormac, and morbidly its hand reaches up and grabs you, and
Okay.
it looks at you, uh, shaking. It's still it's still in its death throes, and it uses every last ounce of its life and strength to tell you something.
Okay. Still lean down.
She's like coughing up dust.
Oh
He'll,
man.
Yeah.
if he had enough time, he could cast a spell. He does have a level 1 spell. He can burn to do like cure light, even though it's probably not gonna save her life. It'll just like do that like soothe thing, but I don't know.
Kudu spends time just shockingly staring in the direction where Drench was.
Oh. So Kaklatath says to you with their dying breath, the others, they're free. The seals underground. And they let go of you. And all of the life fades from.
All right.
That's not good.
He'll say a prayer. He'll say, "Your fight is over. May you rest in peace."
Yep.
And
And
he'll
sadly,
still grab the
more.
body.
You grab the body and carry it, and sadly, one more of the old race of Yith, once immortal, has picked.
Gus is going to pull out 2 coins. He removes his invisibility, and he places 2 coins on her eyes, and then mutters a prayer to Pharasma in this case, and
You do
asks
that.
that Pharasma take her peacefully.
All right, and yes, Kudu. Unfortunately, there's just no little drop
Yes.
or speck left.
She feels like she like lost something in her mind, like a part of her personality.
Yeah, it was a little bubbly, like curious thing.
And she like she looks fatigued. She's not fatigued, but she does look pretty exhausted.
Gus walks over to is gonna walk over to Kudu and just ask, "Where's Drench?" Because I don't think he saw what happened because it was out of his
Right.
line of sight.
Drench did not make it.
It looks like we have more than one casualty today. Kakoteth also did not survive this encounter. I'm sorry for your loss.
I kind of picture Drench's like missing as like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like he'll be back, but he probably won't be like the same. You know,
That's probably true.
Oh yeah.
Because he comes from me, but it might be I'm different now than I was when Drench originally came from me.
yeah, yeah.
I'm different.
I'm different. I'm jaded by all this fucking shit that I have to deal with.
Yep.
There are supplies from these tents that were still good, like food and rations that are still around here. They're all scattered like crazy. And there are actually, well, there are weapons and equipment from the 3 seated creatures, but you might have actually picked those up before this happened. So let me just give those to you right now, because I don't want you to miss out on some loot.
I guess we can sleep here now, huh? Think it's safe yet?
We want to chase down Lowell's alter ego though, who ran off with the Necronomicon.
Oh,
like,
well, he ran into
or does he come
this
back?
thing, but he's not like
He didn't run that
running
far.
away from you guys any further.
Okay. I couldn't
He's
see.
just like,
Plus, I'm trying to read.
It's probably
he's just
writing
like
in the
run
journal
in here.
again.
And yeah, like once like everything's kind of settled down or whatever, and that thing's not like flying around like blowing shit up, he just sets the book down, takes out his journal, sits on the ground, and starts writing, and he's
Okay.
grumbling to himself.
Well,
Uh,
at least he's still around, and I guess, and we might need the book.
Cormac says her last words were, "They are free. The others are free from
Underground.
underground."
Yeah.
Says it might not be. We might not be safe in the city. If that's the case.
I don't know if we're safe anywhere, but I'm not sure we can risk combat getting out of this place. Like I feel like we have no choice but the bunker right here. I am in no shape of fighting.
The worm thing came from the center there. Is there like a hole where it came from or something? Like that's like a well?
Yeah, so this like yeah, if you imagine this is like a well, because that's pretty much what it looks like right now. The whole top part is completely. You can look down into it if you want.
No, thank you. Anybody else?
Sure. I'll glance down it.
You do, Fingram, and you just see that it goes on well past your vision. It just descends into
Is that pun intended?
I
Well,
only have
dark.
good dark vision, so. But is that where we're supposed to go? I wonder.
it's underground.
They said.
Yeah. What do you guys
Yeah,
remember what
like,
triggered that to happen? Did it just happen on its own?
It seemingly happened on its own. Like, it
Yeah,
happened without warning.
Nobody did anything that seemed extraordinary that would cause that to happen.
Okay.
But Cormac, I'm gonna give a little bit of information to you. With
Okay.
your sense motive, because I know it's fairly good.
Let me check. It should be. I have been playing ranks in it.
Yeah, if you got like 15 ranks in it, then you've got plenty. What you can infer from what Kaklatath said is that, like, that top was a seal, because it said that the seals underground.
I've been
So
broken.
yeah, so you think either they're broken or they're weakening enough that this was the result of just them getting so weak. So yeah, like you think that, like, what happened here could probably happen elsewhere, maybe underground at any.
Yeah. And wherever the seal entrance is, that's where something will pop out.
Well, when she did say underground, you think that that might actually be where some of the seals are,
Okay.
not just the creatures
He'll
themselves, but the seals.
yeah.
Oh.
Hmm. And we're technically outside right now, right?
Yes,
Right,
actually,
but we're in a weird outside, like, we're not sure if this is
very weird.
outside, yeah.
He'll
Um,
he'll he'll relay that message like that to everybody.
and yeah,
And
even
he
with the
says,
sun out, like staring down into that well, it goes so far that you eventually it's just.
he'll say, well, we should probably find a safe spot to stay. I don't think being by that, and he'll point over to it, is wise. Maybe we can find a room that we've already cleared out to stay in. Like the one where the soldiers stayed, the one with the campfire.
And I'll give you guys experience for the monster, right? Everything gets 8,700.
As long as we don't have to fight to get to that destination. Or else I won't be much help.
Trying to think if there's anything that we left. We left that freaking moss thing, but other than that, it should be clear. But who knows?
Yeah.
I guess he'll just leave it up to we vote type of thing. He's good with staying here. He's just saying I don't know if we should.
I mean, I don't know if there's like really anywhere safe exactly though.
Right.
Because like even when we stayed outside the city, like you guys all had like bad dreams and shit.
And now that this is open, we can at least, like, I don't know, see if things are coming in and out of it.
Yeah. Okay, so I've linked the stuff that you guys could have picked up before this thing flew out of here, or maybe you didn't choose to and it's just like scattered everywhere, but it's still all intact.
It's gonna have to be after because there's stuff in there that I probably would have used in the fight.
Well, maybe you just didn't have time to identify him as well. Like you could have picked him up and then not had time to identify him.
That's true.
Yeah, and I figure that you guys will identify these, no problem. There's nothing particularly high.
Yeah, Gus can do all the identifying if needed.
Oh yeah, you guaranteedly do it anyway.
Yep.
That's the nice convenient thing is I could just give you guys the here's the magic.
Yep. Because I'll be like,
But yeah.
auto
Also,
identify.
A lot of this stuff, like I'd auto spellcraft it too, like the DC to identify it's low enough.
Yeah,
I have
so
a
I'm
plus
not
21
worried about just giving
spellcraft.
it to you guys.
Yeah, if you need a quick identify, then let the party the rest of the party handle it.
Yeah.
If you have time, then Gus handles all of it. Kind of what it comes down to.
What do gloves and swimming and climbing actually do?
They help you swim and climb.
Yeah, I remember the bonuses is like +5 or something. I don't think I want them anyway. Like I can already fly. Like so they don't really. There's no point in me getting those probably.
Gus might benefit from it just because he's got a low strength,
Yeah.
but that's just, on that account.
So yeah, while you guys sort out the loot, I'm gonna go order myself a pizza. I'm giving.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Cormac will take the full plate since he's pretty much and it's an improvement.
Technically, I can use full plate now too. Actually, if you can believe it.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, as of level, I think as of this level, I have access
Then
to casting in full plate.
you could take it. You could take it then, because I've been using just a regular masterwork full plate and casting
Sacred
what's it
Vestment or
called?
something.
Yeah, magic vestment on it. So it would be high. My magic vestment's higher anyways. So I'd just be basically taking the full plate for an upgrade. But yeah, you take that full plate. It'd be good.
Gus
That's
will
it.
probably take the gloves, and I guess technically he could take the rope of climbing and such if needed.
Yeah, I think
Other
the
than that,
heavy.
like nothing else really is going to be that beneficial for him, to my recollection.
Can Fingram cast Slay Living, or is that only a cleric spell?
I'm not sure. Well, I think it's on the wizard spell list too, but I don't know if I have it or not. Slay Living. Yeah, it's not on. Actually, it's not on the wizard spell list. I was wrong. It is cleric only.
All right, so
Also on shaman and witch, but yeah.
he'll take those two scrolls, the Flame Strike and the Slay Living.
Yeah. So the only downside though with the full plate is that, well, it's not even that big a downside, but it makes my max dex then is only +1, so I lose out on 2 of the dex I would otherwise get.
Yeah,
But I think that's
that
probably
also
still
makes it to
fine.
where it's better when you're not flat-footed. I mean, it's
Well, I
better.
have
You're better flat-footed.
right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's probably fine.
Any objection for me taking the gloves and the rope?
No, you're good.
Okay, I'll go and add those really quick to my list.
Resistance +1, I think is, or +2 rather, is what I already have. I think.
If anybody's not gonna
Yeah.
take the spear, Cormac will give him something that he could throw if he needs to throw something.
Yeah. I should, if not, is it returning? I should give you the one of the returning dagger I have as well.
All right.
Because I also have a returning throwing axe, so I don't need both. Like you can have the returning spear. That makes, or dagger. I mean, rather, that makes more sense for you. It wouldn't have been very useful in this case because the guy was so high up, because it's got a range increment of 10, so you could throw it a maximum of like 50 feet. So yeah, not the best in that case, but yeah, there'd be other situations where the range isn't like at one point he was 30 feet up. It would have been you could have thrown it then.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much all he can really wants.
Between that and the +2 spear.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like stuff like the light flail, the cloak of resistance. That's probably stuff we'll just sell later.
What's the cloak's rating there? 2?
I-
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Gus is fine on that part. He doesn't need that.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll
With
take
the
I'll take the cloak to sell later, and like some of the other stuff. I can carry it around because dwarf doesn't affect. Bother me.
does Jane have a um have a +2?
Good
A
question.
+2 cloak.
Yeah.
Cloak of resistance.
She doesn't, which
Okay.
she will
can
take that.
She can take that one then.
Yeah.
Does she have one that she wants to offload then, or?
She has a cloak of elven kind that she's been wearing,
Oh, okay.
and she can add that to the party fund if you guys want to sell it or just keep it around for.
Is she
cash.
fine just holding on to it for now?
Yeah, she can do that.
Yeah.
That way I don't get
Yeah, because that could be useful later, especially.
That's true too. There might be a situation where she swaps the resistance to the elf one if she wants to like try to sneak around or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that sneaking is going to start coming in a little bit more handy later. And so I think that having that available for at least someone that sucks at stealth would be good. Because last I checked, Gus is good on it, but I think it would be good for someone that's in heavy armor.
Yeah, me or Cormac are both.
Yeah. And also potentially Jane, with
Not the
because I don't think
stealthiest.
Jane's spec'd for it either. So, but either of you three would probably be best for it.
Yeah, she'll just hang on to it.
Yeah.
I'll increase her resistances. Her saves are actually not bad. Mainly because of Paladin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the wonders of Paladin.
All right, so I'm holding on to a light flail. Did I accidentally buy the plate mail? That's silly if I did. I can check. I might have.
on the
Transaction.
scrolls, what level caster are they?
I'm assuming
What
default
caster level? They're minimum caster level for their thing. So for the flame strikes, they're both level 7 because it's a 4th level cleric ability.
No, it's
Or
a
is it
5th.
level? Okay, so the caster level 9. And for the
Okay.
slay living, let's see,
It's
that's
also
a 6th
5th.
level. Oh, it's 5th. That's 5th.
Yeah,
Okay, so if it's
5th.
5th, then yeah, they'd also be level 9.
All right.
So, just to clarify, Matt, is it saying spined shield or spiked shield?
Ah, okay. So this thing, I'm glad you reminded me of that because this thing is special.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, that is a spined shield.
Okay.
And let me tell you what this thing does. It's actually pretty cool.
This is the one in Ultimate Equipment, right?
Yes. So it is a +1 heavy steel shield, and it acts like a normal spiked shield, so you can use it to like hurt people in melee with it. But on command, up to 3 times per day, the shield's wearer can fire one of the shield's spines. A fired spine has a +1 enhancement bonus, a range increment of 120 feet, and deals 1d10 points of damage, with a critical threat of 19 to 20 for ×2 damage. And the fired spines regenerate each day.
Okay.
So you can use it as a ranged weapon.
I think Cormac's the only one that can use that. If he
Yeah.
wants
I
it.
think
Yeah.
Gus
Yeah.
can use it, but I mean, it depends on who else is gonna feel that they're gonna need it.
Yeah, maybe Gus could use it too. I can't. It's a shield.
Yeah, I'm double checking something
Need
on
the free hand. I guess I could theoretically use it if I used it as in my primary hand as like my weapon as well, and like shield bashed. I mean, I guess a shield
okay.
bash magus might be kind of cool.
Yeah,
do
Gus
sometime, I
does
don't know.
have shield proficiency. He can actually use his shield and cast his spells without really any issue.
Yeah,
So
psychic.
since he's got the psychic, he uses an implement, but he can use an implement one-handed anyway, and he doesn't typically use weapons often. So
Yeah, you could take
it's
that.
I
It
think
gives you a
Gus
ranged weapon too,
it'll give me a ranged weapon.
and bonus AC.
Does the okay, the spine dude has an enhancement bonus, so it's better than my crossbow in that sense.
There's
And I don't.
actually a shield magus archetype. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I don't know if
All
it's
right.
good. It's been out since Ultimate Combat, so if it was good, I probably would have heard about it. I guess so. Probably the consensus is that it isn't, but it might be kind of fun.
I can imagine it may have some uses in specific clicks.
Probably people don't like it because it has one fewer spell at each level than normal.
And Magus is already like, yeah, it
Yeah,
gets
any
less.
of the archetypes that have diminished spell casting, you like have to get a lot out of them for them to be worth it, and this probably doesn't give enough. I don't know, it doesn't look too bad. Like you get it also gives up spell recall and knowledge pool. But yeah, it gives you like you can spell storing. You get spell storing for free on your shield basically, so that kind of can help out your action economy, although that's not where Magus really needs help with. Oh, you don't actually get spell combat? Oh, that's gross. Okay, never mind. This is terrible. No wonder nobody uses this thing.
Basically made a
Wow.
Magus that's a fighter that just likes throwing spells out every randomly.
I mean, yeah, you still get spell strike that you can use your shield or a weapon to do. And okay, no, you get spell combat. Never mind. It replaces it early on, but you get it, but you don't get it till level 8, and it's only when you're using your shield. You may use your shield hand to perform somatic components for magus spells. Okay, that's kind of neat. So you don't have to use your shield as the weapon. You could do a shield. Okay, so you forfeit the shield bonus to AC though when you do it, but unless it's a buckler. So theoretically though, no, you still couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's that good, but. All right, sorry for this little.
It's okay, be right back again while you guys sort that stuff out.
Why I talk about the shield magus? Yeah, I'm like this isn't even that important. So I apologize for the digression. Let me add that. We divided that. Let me add up all that gold and divide it out. I guess 4 ways, right? So everyone gets 291 gold.
Cool.
I was waiting to see if that worm had like death throws. That would have been hilarious. Would have sucked. Would have been hilarious though.
Oh yeah, that would have been
Like when I
nasty.
started going to the description, I was like, wait, I was like, it was still tense. I'm like sitting there like, "Urgh." I mean, I would have been okay because I still have emergency force sphere, so I would have just used that. But I think like Kudu and Cormac would have definitely got caught in it if it had them. Although maybe not. It was 60 feet up in the air, and you guys were on the ground, so maybe you guys would have been okay.
Yep.
Cool. Gus
Alright, I'm
is
back.
not in absolute trash mode for his thing.
There you go.
Or his AC.
See, you guys were gonna get some loot. I wasn't gonna completely hose you guys. There's actually some really cool loot in this book. There's some cool things.
Yeah,
It's
go
dangerous
search
to get to, but
every building in the city.
I promise you guys, if you like find that dark corridor, or like, I'm not saying it's this well, but like if you go or like, like this is surely like death. There will be cool things.
It'll be death, but it'll be cool death.
Yeah. I mean, if you have two
I'm
choices,
imagining that'd be a Zap Brannigan line.
yeah,
Kip, it'll be death, but it'll be cool death.
yeah. All I'm saying is if there are two doors and one says treasure hoard and the other says imminent death, you know which one to go down if you want.
Dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun, dun.
that's where they hide all the cool stuff.
What was the gold? What was the XP? Or
It
there
was
no XP?
8,700 experience each.
And then the gold was 291 and 5 silver
Okay.
Each.
per
I
person.
kind of like passed out on the couch for like 5 minutes, and then my headphones went off, and
Oh,
I'm
that's
like, I
okay.
don't hear voices
feeling
anymore.
Nah, I get that too. So Cormac says, "You guys decide where we're gonna stay. I'll go anywhere." As he's like dragging his feet.
Jane is still capable of locomotion and stuff, but she's crying and she's wiping her tears with her forearm.
Yep.
Gus is going to Jane and just checking up on her.
The Lol's alter ego's like not going anywhere, right? So
No, he has just sat himself down where it's calmer.
yeah.
You go to her, Gus, and she covers her face, and she doesn't say anything, but she turns away from you.
Is everything okay, Jane?
She cries into her palms. She doesn't move away from you, but she's just letting it all out right now. And if you inquire or press further, she just says that she was very scared and that there was nothing she could do to help anyone.
Gus will put his arm on her shoulder and just say, "It's okay. These are going to be difficult times, but we'll be able to get through this. Surely, we'll be fine."
Okay, you put your arm around her and she cries into your shoulder. It doesn't seem like her mood is getting any better, but she takes the solace of your embrace.
Okay.
All right, what do you guys do?
Let's see.
I vote we just stay here, but
We'll need to rest. This place is dangerous. And going down further is going to be even more dangerous.
Does anyone have a means to go ahead and create some sort of shelter? Any kind of safe haven?
Carmack might, although his player is AFK.
I will hold that question for the time being.
I could let me check if I have it prepared. I don't know if I have it prepared right now, but I have an empty slot if nothing else. No, that doesn't do me any good though. As I say, I have mending. I could try to start fixing the tents, but I don't have mending prepared.
Oh, they're
I could-
completely destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
There's no
There's
HP left to give to them.
Oh, okay.
Rip.
We probably have our own tents like that we are using.
Not that they could even take one blast, but two.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, only the ones up here took 2 blasts. But yeah. I mean, don't we have our own tents anyway? Like that we were using out,
I think some of you do.
like the ones we were using out in the desert, like beforehand. We can just set them up here. Like, I don't see why that's an issue.
Hmm. I suppose that when we rest, one thing we want to do is definitely make sure we're healed up to get our wounds taken care of. Is everyone depleted on those spells right now?
You can definitely say that.
How are you holding up, Kudu?
Can I just rest now?
I think that's a good idea.
All right, where are you guys gonna rest? Around the well or somewhere else?
I think we should, because I think we should keep an eye on it now that it's open. Like, it wasn't open before,
That's a
but
point.
it is now. Yeah.
Hmm. I have an idea, so go ahead. Let's go ahead and rest here. And I'm gonna set up some prying eyes to go ahead and keep an eye on the general area. See if I can use them to scout ahead a bit too.
Oh, yes.
So
That'll be good.
Gus is just gonna kind of get himself situated against the wall, get all ready to rest a bit. Does he have a tent? I think he does.
Okay.
No. Okay.
I'm back.
Welcome back. What was it, Gus, that was asking earlier?
All right. Well, you guys set up your camp. None of you guys hear a peep out of Lowell's or see him if you have those doors closed to the tower, because he's still in there.
Do we close the doors or do we leave it open so we can keep an eye on him?
That is up to you. What do you guys decide to do?
Cormac will walk in, and it'll be like, get up and come out here with us. It's not safe in here, even for you. And he's saying it as it like don't tempt me.
Like very sternly.
Oh, he'll tempt you, all right.
He'll grab his journal.
You just take it from him.
and he'll bring it outside and put it down on the floor outside.
All right, he gets up and he says, "Ugh, insufferable, insufferable. What a stupid decision to hire all of you claw."
Cormac says, "Finally, something I agree with."
There's still a threat
Hey,
in
but
that plat room.
yeah, he once he comes out, he closes the door, and he'll find like a twig or something to like jam in it to where it
Okay.
can't open from.
Ego lulls. He comes out and he's still clutching he grabs the Necronomicon and he carries it over with him, and then he waits for you to give him back his journal.
Oh, I
You just put it outside on the ground.
Yeah, I put it outside on the ground.
Okay.
And then when
Go pick it up.
when he walks out, I close the doors behind him and like shove something in the crack
Try
or
to jam
whatever
it
to make it
closed,
to where
yeah.
Okay.
jam
You
it
do.
closed. Yeah.
He doesn't really react when you close the doors. It wasn't important to him.
Yeah, no, I'm more worried about what's inside coming back out. Because there's still that like little caterpillar shit in there somewhere.
All right, but yeah, instead he just kind of sets himself up to write in his journal out here with you guys.
All right. I don't know if we even need to like worry at all about what happens to this guy, but yeah, it's like I feel like we leave him in there, something just comes along and eats him or something.
Or something comes along and takes the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
Well, you're right about one thing. He does have the book.
Right. That's at the very least. So I'm like concerned about that.
I feel like him writing his journal is important though, because he's getting information out that nobody knows about but himself.
Yeah. Are we setting up watches? I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'm going straight to bed, but I
I'm
will
sure we are.
watch when I
I'll
wake
take
up.
the first watch.
All right. And Cormac will take
Gus casts
take the
prying
second.
eyes.
The prying eyes.
Cormac will take the second watch.
You summon lots of little eyes.
Shit tons.
Yep.
And he's gonna send a couple of the eyes down the well. He's gonna have two kind of just scouting around this area. Is there a way? Does this lead out to the open a bit? Like this is an outside-esque area, right?
Yeah, this is you are outside here. Yeah.
So Gus is going to send a couple of the eyes to kind of survey the area outside. Most of the eyes that are going to be available are going to be kind of going down into the well, I think. But
Okay.
just a handful in the camp area, a handful outside, and then the rest in there in the well. He does that, and he is going to refill his flask with his liquor, and then what else? I think there's a couple things he can also cast just to make sure he's all prepped up.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess
So
that's
yeah,
really it.
your eyes start kind of going out away from you into like the city, and yeah, you start to see whatchamacallit. They start to see like the corridors of the streets or the stuff like that. As for the eyes inside of the well, they're still descending into darkness for a while.
Okay.
Okay, so
Hmm.
if you guys want to do watches, just let me know who's doing which watch. I'm assuming you guys are going to do 3 or 4.
Gus is not even going to be doing a watch since he's using the eyes for that.
Okay.
So 3.
Okay, who's on first watch? Who's on second watch? Who's on third watch?
I'm on third.
So I think I already said I'm doing the first.
And
Okay,
Cormac
so
said he'd do the second.
okay, so Jane will do one with somebody.
She'd
Let's
do one
see.
with me.
Who need? Okay, she'll agree to that. She's still very sad and stuff, but she'll do that.
And could Kudu heal herself still, or is it past the point where she would take
I can heal myself and I'll pass out, so I'm fine. She'll do that. She'll heal herself and pass out, basically.
Heal me first. Heal me first.
Fine, I heal
I want to
you.
burn. You can just burn me.
And I burn you.
Alright.
Just like sucker punching everybody. I heal you. I heal you.
Well, I have like a lot of damage, and that seems like the best way to heal it.
Yeah, I'm imagining Kudu's like healing everybody by just like splashing everybody in the face like really hard.
Perfect.
Not
then-
even looking.
Then after that, she just like falls over and just knocks
Yeah.
out.
Pretty much. I almost got knocked unconscious because I have a lot of burn right now.
Yeah.
So Gus, are you resting or is he just staying up, concentrate or keeping these eyes going?
These particular eyes are done while he rests.
Okay.
These are
do they
especially
have
designed-
any trigger to go back to you at any time, or do they just go back when you're done?
The way it works is. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Because I know typically for the normal ones, you have to like specify like when you want them to come back.
I'm just gonna copy this into the chat here. That way you have that. Oh geez, long chat. Let's see.
Okay, you specify instructions you want them to follow. A command of no more than 25 words. So I guess within those commands, are you going to specify an instruction to come back to you while you're asleep?
Checking the next section here really quick. One moment. It's going to be returning back when he wakes after the rest period, because these things can be out of for up to 1 hour per caster level or
Mhm.
until they return to me.
Yeah.
So I can have it actually return to me. Let's say I'm going to say when he wakes up.
Okay,
So
yeah,
about
that's
I'm
fine.
going to give it about 8 hours.
All right, and how many go out to explore the outsides, and how many go into the?
Give me a minute. Let me roll a d4 and determine on how many come out. So we got 1 plus caster level. So all right. So we're looking at 14 eyes. 2 stay at the camp. 4 will scout outside. The remainder will. The remaining 8 will go into the well.
Okay.
And
Noted.
yeah. So granted, if they split, if there's branching paths, I'm gonna try to branch the paths.
They do. Okay, so you guys are resting now. First watch, Cormac.
That was me.
It's Fingrim? Okay. You rest, or will you stay awake, Cormac, while the others rest?
Fingrim's the first watch.
Yeah, Fingrim. Fingrim is watching while the others rest. It's very quiet. It's very quiet, but every so often you do hear noises echoing through the city from a very long distance. You hear something rumbling and grinding in the distance. Because at
Alright.
first the rumbling reminds you of like something very large with like big legs or something like moving around, but then there's this strange grinding like of metal or something. And yeah, it just echoes.
Hmm.
And then it goes away.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay. Your watch goes by without anything bothering you. Cormac and Jane take the next watch. So the second.
Yeah.
All right. How about you two go ahead and give me a perception check?
Do.
Okay. So during your watch, you both pick up on something.
Okay.
Cormac, you're hearing sounds not super far away from you, but at such a distance that you're just barely hearing them, but you are hearing. And Jane, it's more like she's relying on her sight because she does have dark vision.
Okay.
And you both ascertain that it's coming from the same direction. You're hearing these weird sounds, Cormac, of like something like slurping and or like licking its lips or something. It's like a kind of sound.
Mm-hmm.
And Jane says she thinks she sees something uh in the distance behind one of the strange buildings, but she doesn't know what it is, or if it's a person or a thing or something. But you both know that whatever is making those noises is it seems to be hiding. But you spotted it.
Yeah.
You know where it is.
Yeah. He'll tell
And it's about
Jen.
60
Well,
feet away from you guys.
hmm. He says he'll whisper to Jane. If that thing gets within uh 40 feet of us, we'll alert the others. But as of
All
right
she needs to
now,
do is
we'll leave it
shoot it.
alone. Yeah.
That'll wake everybody up.
Yeah. Yeah. But he says within 40 feet of us, um, just shoot it.
She nods and she makes sure that her gun is loaded.
But other than that, he leaves it alone. He'll keep a like ear out for it, and he'll be squinting in that direction, basically trying to figure it out.
Okay. Jane doesn't she doesn't look directly at that in that direction anymore, but she sits just perpendicular to it so that she can turn her head every so often just to keep a look. And you also hear these sounds, they go silent and then they pick back up a little bit every so often. But the owner of these sounds does not come out from their hiding place. Instead, a good hour goes by of where you guys are just sure this thing or whatever it is there, and then you hear the light trudging of something walking away from you.
Okay.
And the rest of your watch goes by uneventful.
All right. There's probably something trying to bait us to go out to it.
Maybe, who knows?
Like the DM, GM.
Ha! A GM bait.
Nah, just messing. All right.
All right.
He'll wake up Kudu, and he'll tell Kudu what happened on their watch.
Kudu wakes up. She looks very depressed.
Oh. Alright, Kudu, you take your watch.
Alright, I still get my alertness, but my familiar is no longer within arm's reach. Okay. Which doesn't really change anything. Oh, that's not accurate because I'm not empowered right now.
Okay. That's good perception.
Hold on, it's... It's gonna be less. No, that's it. That's correct. That's the perception.
Okay, so you don't really hear anything outside of your camp. The only thing you really hear is Lowell's muttering to himself. It seems he's taken a break from writing in his journal.
Oh.
And he's just kind of letting his thoughts filter out through his mouth.
Anything important?
Somewhat. He's muttering on about the he has a stream of conscious where he's kind of blabbering out a series of numbers, and then after he says a number, he gives an object or a person or a where he's 5 bodies, 5 sacrifices, 13 slaves, stuff like that. And eventually he does come across the one that he lingers on, and he's saying 3 stelae, yes, 3 stelae here, 3 stelae there.
Hmm. Yes.
And you have heard this word before. So back in Thrushmore, you remember that they called those peculiar yellow obelisks in the town. They called them
Right.
star still. And you do remember that there were 3 of them.
Uh-huh. Right. Yes.
But yeah, if you have any musings on them, the information is vague and cryptic, but if you want to get something more concrete, I could give you a wisdom check.
I can run and roll a wisdom, but I could also just wait for the party to wake up and talk about it
That's true.
together.
Sure.
I think we'll do
but yeah.
that. Right now, I think she's just
Nothing.
focusing on remembering the words you said.
Okay. Nothing comes to bother you guys during that last couple of hours, and you wake up. The sun is rising.
The birds are singing.
There are no birds here, I'm sorry.
Oh wait, but first, before I forget, everyone roll a will save
What?
for sleeping.
Oh. While I was sleeping?
It's on account of us
Hey.
being in this area while we're sleeping. Just simply being because we had to do this when we were at the,
Yeah, we do when we were
tower.
outside it too,
Mm.
like out in the outskirts of the town. So
I'm just waiting for my thing to catch up with me because it's taking forever to respond.
yeah, it does that.
Let's see.
Yeah, it does that a lot.
Disappointed in Roll20.
We are all disappointed in Roll20.
I've always been,
Like it's
not gonna lie.
like it's been taking like 30 seconds to open up just a tab.
Yeah, it has. It's just like Roll20.
Oh, make it
Oh,
stop.
everyone rolled fairly good. Let's see, that's... I think it's everybody. Yeah, 30, 22, 31, 27, 23. Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming to the conclusion that I am not going to be using Roll20 for any future campaigns I DM.
Oh, yeah, you have no reason to. You haven't started anything on it, so I wouldn't start anything on it either.
Well, I mean, I had plans at one point, but it was, yeah.
Yeah, it's been like bad enough. I'm like considering, do I actually still use it for Shattered Star coming up soon? I got that's starting next month, but yeah, I don't know.
I'll be right back. My food's here.
You still need players for it?
We could pick up an extra player. I know Secret had someone that she was talking about potentially inviting, but I was looking for at least one more player potentially. Right now we have 4, but I like having 5 because it means if one person's missing, it doesn't feel as small. But yeah, this is Thursday, every other Thursday
Oh, okay.
at 5 o'clock. So I don't know if that's doable for you, but
Yeah, it's Critical Role night.
yeah.
We do watch that live, so.
That's one of the things we talk about. We like have it streamed, and I think Zidarium was like, we're never gonna get any viewers on Thursday.
Mantis was
because
saying
Yeah.
that, yeah.
Or Mantis was saying that somebody was.
yeah.
They're just watching Critical Role instead.
Exactly.
I mean, some people are, I guess, but
That is the downside. Is just Shattered.
Yeah.
I've ran Rise of the Rune Lords. It would be fun to have a to check out what
Oh,
the
yeah.
sequel's all about.
I'm excited to run it. Like, I know some people don't like. I mean, part of why I'm running it is because it's a reputation of being like a dungeon crawl, basically, just being like it's a bunch of big dungeons. I'm like, well, that's what I want. Because yeah, I know like one of my players, and that's the only game he's in now is that one, and he tends to get more involved in the dungeon crawl sessions. Like he tends to like those better. So, um, that's what we're gonna run. But I'm excited about I'm actually even excited about the stuff outside the dungeon too, as well. Like that stuff, some of that stuff looks really cool. Like the areas surrounding the dungeons, I guess, and I don't know, the stories that they have built into it, because that's like I don't know, the Pathfinder. I mean, they do a good job with the backstories on their dungeons too. So
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so all of you guys rest. Nothing bothers you in your sleep, and you all dream. And all of you dream of slightly different things. However, the most of the content is relatively minor. It might just be you guys like remembering something from another time. But no matter what it is, you are like what's the word for it? You're like almost lucidly aware that there's a large amount of like vines, moss, and fungus that you don't remember being wherever it is you're dreaming.
Okay.
So like if you're remembering like your home or something, your house is particularly mossy. Or if you're
That's
remembering like an
considered.
event that happened earlier in your adventures, there's like mushrooms and stuff like laden upon the ground of the. But other than that, you guys sleep and you rest, and you regain all of your spells and abilities. What do you guys do in the morning?
I gotta pick out some spells,
Hmm.
which is probably gonna be not too different than my current spells. Like I kind of have like a little bit of everything anyway.
Oh, what a weird dream. Uh,
At this point, it'd be weird if they weren't strange.
That's. No.
you have to deal with this on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, for the last several months.
Uh, what have I got myself into?
Oh yeah, heal one of my int damage. Yay!
Yep, don't forget to heal that up because I know everybody took a little bit.
Yeah, I'm still at 5 int damage, so it's still not great, but
Hit points. It was level and con.
Level plus con.
yeah, I also think Kudu healed us. I don't know if we ever rolled those, but Kudu healed everyone.
It would have been a big number.
Yeah.
I guess. I was just wondering if I should go to full or not.
Probably.
I mean, what would the number have been? It would have been the same as your damage dice you were rolling earlier.
Not that one. Like, I don't know, a few less. I'm not empowered right now, so I can't look, but I think it's like 76 plus 13 or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know how much damage you guys took, but if you want, I can roll them.
Gus was at 23 prior to rest.
Oh, you'd be healed.
He was okay. Yeah, he was heavily wounded, but yeah.
Yeah, I had like I was above half health, so I just put myself up to full. I was like, I'm pretty sure I got healed enough.
Well, I mean, I am still in the situation of the permanent drain, the wisdom permanent drain, and I still have 14 ability damage.
14 ability damage.
Sorry, not 14, 4. I mean,
Oh, okay. I was like,
for intelligence.
That's a shit ton.
I meant to say
Oh, God.
intelligence 4, but for some reason I was registering I and 4 as 14. I don't know. The brain,
Okay.
it's not functioning. It's
Well,
not reading correctly.
if you get I think if you get a restoration to get rid of the drain, it will incidentally take care of
You'll
the
take
damage.
care of that, yeah.
So, but do we have? Let me see. We have the diamond dust for that. It's only 100 for drain, right?
Wait, I don't have wisdom drain. That's the reward. That's the permanent gain.
Yeah, it's a permanent game.
Oh.
I don't know how
and
to
Gus,
read,
when
guys.
your-
Okay, yeah, I just have the
When your
damage.
eyes
That's right.
return to you in the morning and they relay their information, your eyes looking out and wandering the city don't see very much of anything. Except for
Yeah.
like little rodents and stuff like running around. And tiny like vermin. But the ones at the camp, they do play back the whole Cormac and Fingrim, or sorry, not Cormac and Fingrim, Cormac and Jane like talking and looking at each other, and they're like examining something that they can't see, like something clearly has their attention.
Okay.
And then replay Kudu's watch of like her just kind of looking at Lowell.
Oh yeah, and I tell them that Lulz was mumbling, and these are the things he said. And I bring up the star stellaces.
Okay.
Did Gus pick up that information by chance? Let me see if there's I'm checking to see if there's audible capabilities on it.
Well, the star stellate, I'd be like, I'd immediately say, you mean like the ones in Thrushmore?
I think so.
I think that my prying eyes is visual only.
I think they are visual only. Because it says any other factors affect your ability to receive visual information from your surrounding. So they're not audible.
And the ones that went in the well?
They're gone.
They're
They actually fizzled. They went
Okay.
out of the spell's range.
Oh shit. Well, that's a thing.
But yes, what Kudu and Fingrim are talking about.
Said something about the star stellate and sacrifices.
Yeah.
How many people are gonna need restorations?
I mean, I could use one just to remove my 5 int damage, because int's a pretty important stat for me.
Yeah, int's
Lesser
not that
restoration might
important for
work
me.
too, but then again, like if you roll like a 1 or a 2, then it'd be like, maybe 2 lesser restorations. I don't know. That I mean, it's
Yeah,
2
it'd
level
help
2s
him
lost.
for-
I could prepare. I have multiple spell slots I can use. I'm 4th
Yeah.
level. I'm kind of like I can bust out as many 4th level spells for restoration. I just need to save one for my one spell. But other than that, I use, and then I do have heal now, and that does damage. That heals damage, ability damage. So
Yeah.
I was just gonna use that on myself because I don't have any drain. But so I'm one for you, one for Kudu. Does Jane or Gus need a restoration?
Nope, they are fine. Oh,
Yeah,
at least got.
miraculously, Jane only took 1 point of intelligence damage.
Okay.
Just two then? No. Or yeah, just two. No. Burn. Prepare 3 4th level and save the 6th level slot. He'll cast those spells. He casts one on Finger and one on Kudu and one on himself.
Okay.
It's just regular restoration.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That gets rid of all my damage.
All ability damage gone. It's like a super medicine.
Oof. Still depressed, but I feel smarter again.
It's like, yep, still sad.
Hmm.
And then I'm still kind of preparing my spells, but other than that, like he doesn't really have anything.
Lowell's has adjusted his spot a little further away from you guys, but not too far away, and he's back to riding in his drone.
All right.
Yeah, whatever. What now?
Indeed, what now? The ball is in your court.
Yeah.
Is there more stuff we want to do back in the tower, or do you want to go down the well?
We can wind walk
I
down the well.
remember hearing "don't go down the well" as a piece of advice before.
Who told you that, though?
It wasn't this campaign.
Oh.
It's in reference to an infamous mega dungeon.
Okay, yes. Well, she said the seals were broken underground, and this guy came out pretty much as she had referenced that. So I have a feeling that down there is gonna have useful information at least.
Well, apparently it goes down for at least a good mile. When I sent my eyes down there, they simply kept on going and going and going. And they just disappeared out once it went out of range.
Okay.
And they just went down the hole straight. There was no curves, no nothing. 1 mile long deep pit.
Yeah, I would imagine that's what it would be like. You still have that wind walk?
I believe all of ours are worn out at this point.
Yeah, they would be. I could prepare it.
Maybe
That does take up two of my spell slots though for 6th level.
right.
Another idea is to see if I find the path and see if that will lead us to another spot that goes down. But it'll probably just lead us to the well, the fastest route. I mean, I'm perfectly fine preparing those 2 spells if we need it. If that's what we decide.
Well, whatever the case down there is, I will not be able to make it down to the bottom without going splat if we do reach a solid bottom now there. I have no idea what to anticipate since The path just keeps going.
Then he'll spend those 2 spells to prepare Windwalk. He might be able to. How many of us are there? There's 5 of us.
I mean, if we're going
Right.
down, I could just use Featherfall.
Yeah. So, and we don't have what's her name anymore either. So, I could just prepare 1 spell and that'd get us there.
And then if we needed to get out, I can prepare Teleport.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Maybe.
Featherfall only work up to a certain distance?
Not his.
Well,
It activates.
maybe,
It activates.
but
at
I
the
have
end.
at will Featherfall, so even if it deactivates, I can just
yeah, that's
Featherfall
fair.
again. I
That's
Featherfall
true.
every round.
Honestly, he could just fall as fast as he wants until the last like whatever feet and have it activate. Like,
That's true
I
too.
mean,
Right.
I'm making sure to prepare 2 daylight spells as well. If not, I might prepare 3, but daylight lasts. It's 10 minutes per level, right?
I believe something like that. Yeah.
Sounds correct. But it might be hours even.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it's 10 minutes. It's like darkness.
Oh yeah, it'd be 10 minutes then. That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, he'll prepare 3 just in case. He can always burn 1 for healing. Now that I have the scrolls of like damage spells, I can prepare more lenient like help like spells.
Hmm.
And uh he tells Fingram you might want to prepare some lightning spells if you have them. And he looks at Gus. He's like,
If you run into more of those worms.
Please
Yep.
no.
Hey God.
And he looks at Gus. He's like, "Be ready to prepare your lightning blasters." The son of those lightning blasters.
I think
Whatever the
mostly
circumstance will need, I'll be at least somewhat prepared for it. I just need to make sure I can land. That's all.
Yeah,
mostly
he
preparing the same spells.
third level spell. He's preparing one walk, so he'll cast it on the four of us that need it, and he'll wait till we're like ready to go down. Oh crap! I guess we could just leave wolves up here. We don't need to take them down there with us. But I'd recommend we take the Necro Nomicon from them.
Yeah.
Okay, who does it?
One of the strong ones.
Cormac.
All right, Cormac, you go over and you put your hands on it, and he grabs this tome very hard, and he tells you to get your filthy hands off of it.
Cormac will not so gently elbow him in the face and take
Okay,
it
you
from
do,
him.
but he's still holding on to it. You get him pretty good,
Hold on,
And-
hold on. Let me see what I can do here.
and he's grunting like very like, "Argh!" Like unrelentingly like holding on to that book, and it's a big tome too. It's not tiny.
Yeah, no,
Allow me.
he'll take his hand off of it, and he's Cormac is like had enough with Lowell's at this point, but he'll let Gus try to talk to him before he
It's
decapitates
pokey
this guy.
lols. You gotta catch them all.
Mr. Lowe's, I would like to ask. We'll need that book if we're going to go ahead and pursue your id, your id self. I promise you this: we're not going to be abusing this book, but we will need it in order to actually potentially stop him.
He grumbles and says, "You're better off without it. Don't be an idiot, stupid like him." And by him, he's not referring to Cormac. He's likely referring to himself.
To the
The other
id
lols.
To
lols?
other lols, original lols. And he adds that, besides, what's the bother? You can't even read it. It's useless to you.
What kind of language is it written in?
He says, the secrets within this tome are only safe for the dead. As such, it is written in Necril.
I have the means to comprehend languages. If I use that, potentially I would be able to read it.
He says,
No.
you're a fool.
I am, potentially.
I'm familiar
But
with
I am not.
magic. He
But I
says
prefer
the
to
book
not
is
be evil.
He says the book is impossible to divine.
Yes, I figured that out earlier. So, as such, I was basically, I would basically assume that this book has already served its purpose. Is that correct?
He says it has taken a one fool to the black stars and beyond. Yes, but served its purpose? I think not. It still has. He starts counting you guys. 5 other incompetent idiots to send to the stars beyond.
As far as I'm concerned, I know this is a one-way trip. Potentially, if we do ever make it back here, or even back home, we will not be the same. So, I accept the risk. I've already lost everything that was precious to me. But I need to make sure that your id does not destroy the world, or the universe, or the cosmos itself. And I'm afraid he has the means and the stupidity to do it.
He kind of smiles when you say that.
You said so yourself. He is an absolute idiot.
Give me a diplomacy. You're saying a couple things that jive with this this ego. If you're going to help him destroy the reputation of his former self, then he might help you.
Hold on, let me see. Can I? Let's see. What can I add to that, just for the sake of lulls? And my girlfriend boos at me for the
Well,
bad pun.
At any rate, the 36 diplomacy is very, very good.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll
You
just
managed
work
to
with that.
increase his attitude towards you. And he's still possessively holding on to this evil tongue. But he says to you, imbeciles that you are, I feel inclined to point you in the right direction of your demise. So, let me ask, where do you even intend on taking this first?
Cormac
He's
will look
referring to the
down.
tome?
Yes,
Cormac
like
will,
where do you intend to take it?
Cormac will
Do I
point.
actually know that in character?
Maybe
We
Cormac will say
were
something.
we
What
were
was
gonna
Cormac
give
saying?
it.
Cormac says he like points at the well.
Okay, and what was Kudu saying?
Weren't we gonna give it to the angels to take to heaven and
The Archons.
the archons to take to
Eventually,
heaven?
we were gonna take it to the Archons.
Yeah. I guess
When
not
you
right
guys say
now.
that, Lowell says, worst idea ever. And he points to Kudu.
Like doing the Simpsons comic book guy.
Yeah.
Worst idea ever.
He says, if you do that, you may as well forfeit this entire world. If you let Archons take it, then all of its secrets will be lost. Then he looks at Cormac and he says, down the well, Well, it's smarter than the fur, but still stupid.
Says the one that will. Give me a sec. He says, and you're worried about losing the information from that book that you say your other self was stupid enough to read.
He wants
And he
to make sure
says,
it's in good hands and that it's used wisely. It's
he nods a bit
understandable.
when you say that, Gus. And he says back to Cormac, down the well is not the best place to take it, at least not yet.
He says, do you know another way to get down to the bottom to where these seals were?
He strokes his beard and he says that my crazed and deluded self used magic to transport himself and others. It's quite a long journey, if I remember correctly. Very twisty and windy.
Is it walkable or is it? Oh, he said he used magic.
He tells you, though, that there will come a time when, yes, you will need to go down there. However, what is more prudent is that you do what must be done within that tower. And he points back towards the doors. He says, if you wish to follow Lowell, myself, then there are 3 stelae that you must attune, and this book holds the ritual that will allow their energies to flow. One of them is within that tower. Another is down that well, very, very far in.
I've noticed that it goes deeper than a good mile based off of what I was trying to scout.
As I said, very, very far in. Now, big, tough man, do you see how dumb and unreasonable your notions were before?
Knock him out. No, I'm kidding.
He says, save that one for last. Yes, I get it.
But even attuning these 2 stelae will not get you to Carcosa. There is yet one more. Further into the city. However, it is at ground level. No underground traveling necessary. And I believe it was in an observatory of sorts. Yes, peculiar, I know. You'll find it somewhere to the east.
That sounds familiar. Did we see that already?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hmm.
And he says, so, considering all these things I've told you, you are unable to read this book, and no divination magic will avail you any help unless you seek to destroy your mind. Therefore, I am the only one who can read from it. So, if you want to follow myself, then the only way you're going to use this book is if I come with you. I'm not letting it out of my sight.
One thing I do worry about is what will happen if your mind re-merges back with the other Lows. Is there a risk of that happening?
Would that even be a bad thing?
On
He
one
strokes
hand, it could be.
his temples and he says, I'm not sure, but there are worse things that could happen.
Potentially. But I suppose that is the risk we're going to have to take at this point. Well, I suppose that the world's going to be the last place we're going to have to go down to. So, as such, let's go ahead and look into the options of trying to find the other two.
I mean, one's in this tower, so that one's probably the easiest one to do, right?
I'll probably go to that one first.
And that should be the easiest, yes. So I think that will be our first destination for now. And then we'll just proceed from there. Lowe's, will you need anything as far as equipment or the like? So that way, if in the case that you have to defend yourself, you may. Or do you have other means?
He says, I have but my wits and my senses about me. What is obvious will be obvious. Such as this being still overall a bad idea. For you.
Naturally, yes. I guess while we're dealing with more of the mundane entities in this area, I could render you invisible if in the case we run into any trouble, so that way you don't have to well, be directly attacked. Well, I'll probably stay close to you since I'm not really a front lines type of guy. Well, very well. Either way, is everyone ready?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so.
I think so.
Well, have you seen where the other one is located inside this tower and know the path?
He says he believes he knows where it is.
Then,
And as you try to stay close to him or follow him, he looks at you and like gives a dismissive wave.
I'll keep back as far as you wish me to keep back. Just tell us where to go and we'll head that way.
Yeah, he just says like, stop following. Following me is a terrible idea, but you have no other choice.
He just kind of he holds his up his finger, then just closes his mouth. That wants to interject, but says nothing.
Yeah, ego lulz is like he's like just the most like real and like bummer of.
So the happy lulz that was in or the as the Yellow King was what part of his psyche?
His super ego.
His super ego?
He was
Okay.
all the parts of lulz that imagined himself as being this like very likable, very intelligent, very like like colorful, vibrant person with just a little bit of clumsiness to give him some humble quality. And he makes the most of like the worst things too, because if you had seen like where he lives, it's like very dusty and abandoned. But he's still like, oh, like welcome, like make yourselves at home. Like I would have done
Yeah.
more if I knew guests were coming.
Gus is just kind of process all of this and it's just thinking.
Your super ego self and your yourself are the only two that seem to actually have, well, a sense of common sense, I would assume. At least your super ego's not going about breaking the world.
He grumbles and tells you that such a thing doesn't exist.
He doesn't even remember his super ego.
It doesn't seem like he acknowledges it.
Yeah, we ran into it previously. A bit more of a charismatic fellow. You would hate him.
He says, "You're right. So stop talking about him." But yeah, he goes into the tower. I'm guessing you guys follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you do with the Kaklatath body?
So it's a full body again, right?
It is a whole body. It's just like I said, torn up and scoured by the wind blast. Like there's bone showing. There was barely any blood in this already kind of shriveled old woman.
Cormac says we should probably give her, like last night. You might
Yeah, you could do
this
that.
morning maybe do like a burner, like a pyre
Okay,
type
you can do that.
thing.
You burn the
Gus.
body.
Okay.
Oh, what does Gus say?
Gus was gonna offer the option to restore and repose the body if in the case we want to look at the option for um potentially bringing her back.
That's up to you guys, Cormac. If you want to
Can I roll
address that.
Can I roll a knowledge to see if this would even bring her back, or it just bring the body back? Because I know this isn't her real
Do
body.
you have knowledge planes?
Yes.
Roll me a knowledge planes.
Give me a sec. Let it.
Should Gus roll that since he was proposing the idea?
Sure, you can roll knowledge planes too. You guys might even like realize that this needs some thinking.
And if you guys are talking about it aloud, I'll allow anybody to roll a knowledge.
Gotta adjust my sheet.
Yeah, I guess my sheet's not. Let me exit out of it and refresh it.
Gus is going to roll a investigation
35.
onto that, adding 6 to make
Okay.
it 33.
I'll just wait for Cormac here.
I don't think I'd beat any of those, so but I had to reload my page. It like completely frozen.
Sorry. Do you want me to roll for you?
Yeah, if you wanna do that.
Hey, look at that! You got an extra 20.
Nice.
So all of you actually come to like similar conclusions, and you think tank it for a moment, and you guys you have a consent. You remember Kaklatath being very worried about its own mortality, and it wasn't like the kind of worry that like an old person has of like like I don't want to like go, I don't want to see or whatever, like I don't want to die. It was more telling you guys about like if it dies or if this body dies, it will cease to exist.
Yeah, I remember
Like on
that.
some kind of other level. And you guys think that because whatever this creature was, it kept calling itself a Yithian, that it was part of a race called that this clearly wasn't its natural body. It must have done something, like actually swapped minds, basically, with whoever this woman was. And because this body is now dead, and its mind was in its body at its time of death, its soul is just it's gone. And whoever this woman is probably might still have a consciousness somewhere else, but it could be in another body, maybe even its original body. And it was saying that it can't return to its body for some reason, and it doesn't know why. And that also works. So yeah, you think that if you cast like raise dead or something on this body, you don't know what would happen. You don't know what happened, but you don't think that you'd get Kaklatath back.
Yeah, so he pretty much says we should burn the body. Make sure it doesn't come back.
Hmm.
I'll be right
Maybe if we, I know she said that her people of her race were defenders of this place. Maybe her body's somewhere down below or in the city, her real body.
Possibly.
You think that if you could find this creature's original body, you might be able to restore its consciousness to it, because its soul needs its.
Yeah.
The question, I guess, that I wonder then is, do we need the original or sorry, do we need the this body at any point in doing that kind of process?
You don't think you need this body to get Kaklatath back. You might need this body if you want to restore whoever this woman was.
Hmm. What's everyone's thoughts on that one?
He's fine with he didn't know the woman that previously owned this body other than Kaklatosh.
Right.
So
Yeah. I don't think there's.
I don't even think that one would probably be alive. The only thing that was keeping this body alive was Kaklatosh. Probably.
Possibly. Well, we'll
On
do
like
what we need to do.
resurrection, on the spells like resurrection and all that, you only need a piece, right?
Yeah, you only need a piece of their body. So you could like even take something as small as like a piece of hair or their toenail.
Cormac will tell Gus that. He'll say, "Why don't we? Why don't you take a lock of her hair, and that way, if we do, or if someone wants her back, or if we end up deciding that we need her back, I can maybe cast a spell with that. Or I
Very
know of a
well.
spell that we could cast with using just that."
Gus will cut out just a lock of hair and then just kind of tie it in a knot and then put it safely away.
You do.
So we
And
couldn't do much more on Kaklatath. Maybe
and
one
then
day.
Cormac knows like prior. He's done plenty of them. He'll get all set up and light it, and
You do that.
then start getting inside, I guess.
You guys head inside. Lowell's is looking around in here, examining. And then he comes to he points here. And he says, "Yes. Yes, this is it. I don't remember all this. Ugh, all this fungi and this moss and this plant matter being here, but no. Yes, I am certain that this leads to where the stele is."
Is it past that curtain or whatever that we saw the thing go to? Like that way? I didn't
I
see
just
the
said
form.
that. I don't
Yes.
remember this curtain of plant
Okay.
being here, but I'm certain that this is where this leads to the stele.
Makes sense. Let's cut it
We
down.
haven't done that way yet, so.
Cormac will pull his great sword and just start hacking at all the vines, keeping an eye out for something little shit.
I'm assuming
He'll
Kui
roll.
comes too.
He'll roll.
Okie dokie, I'm just gonna move everybody in here. I think I put someone over Jane's token. I seem to have lost her. Is it Fingram? Yeah, there she is. Okay. You cut it down. And lo and behold, lol and behold, ta-da.
I see what you did there.
There's a staircase that ascends.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you guys follow it up?
I guess.
Sure.
You guys ready?
Or do you somehow go down?
We don't really know what's down, right? Actually.
where we
Said
came
down.
Down's where we came from, isn't it?
But we were outside.
We came from a direction,
So
but
now
that
we're
direction is not
inside.
really accurate.
Right, but I mean,
Yeah, what Gus said is right. You guys came from a direction.
we came from in this hole originally, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll go up. I mean, I would guess he says it's up the stairs, right? So we'll go up the stairs.
Yep. Alrighty, you guys do. I will move you. Do not be alarmed, as I am turning you all into GM layer assets for easy
No.
I'm gonna cast heroism.
Yeah, Cormac does his normal stuff. That's the spell.
Yeah, see, you guys are much easier to move when you're all just GM assets.
Mm.
When there's no like information tied to you guys.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what is going on with Roll20. Like, why is it being this way? Like, I don't even know where to begin on figuring it out. So it's like
Because
fix
they're
it.
trying to do too
They-
many fancy dynamic lighting features and stuff like that instead of just having people play.
like making sure things just fucking work.
Yeah, they're
I'm
just trying to do
imagining the
too much,
dynamic
and then they make
lighting as
changes,
like
and
a
then other
cheesy
shit breaks.
Ghostbusters type monster, and they're just like, it's too.
Oh well. Down or
Okay,
up?
there we
We
go.
went up. Up. Here.
Yep. All right. You ascend. And you
Do
ascend
we?
for nearly 200 feet. It's tall. Those stairs go on for like what seems forever. And during your ascent, you don't see any sign of the little caterpillar. But when you do get up there, you see that the iron fittings here have crumbled to rust, and desiccated scraps of wood mark where furniture once stood in this nearly square chamber. Broad, short windows provide a commanding view of the city, indicating that this room is at the top of one of the tallest towers. At the room's center stands a 12-foot tall column with a single flat face inscribed with dozens of runes.
Hmm.
So we gotta like attune it or something.
Gus is
Mhm.
gonna take a look at the runes and see if he can determine what they are.
Okay.
Is he able to do that with a spellcraft?
Give me a knowledge, either Arcana or Plane. Okay, 26. So these runes are very difficult to glean information. A lot of them don't really seem to like trying to cipher these is nearly impossible. But what you do get out of them is that, let's see. These are runes that they indicate that there is a name buried somewhere in these runes. And you look through them and you find the only like combination of etchings that must be like a name or something. They look decidedly different from the other runes. So where everything else has like some kind of meaning, like this just simply is. And the etching says this: Alar.
Interesting.
Does anybody else do anything?
No.
This
Oh.
mentions here. It says something regarding Allah. I don't know who that is.
I'll also investigate the stele, I guess, and then if I'm not able to figure anything out about it, I'll ask Ego Lols over here.
That sounds familiar, Allah. We've heard that.
He's busy flipping through the Necronomicon.
Yeah, I don't know. I rolled a 1 on it, so.
Wait, wasn't that name on one of the star steles in that town?
Maybe it was.
Thrushmore? That would make sense.
I think that's
think
where I'm recognizing it.
Was
I
this
think-
this was something I was not part of, right?
No.
Correct. We
This is
probably
back in book
might
2.
have. We probably might have explained it. I mean, we were talking about it when Kudu was talking about him muttering, and we mentioned him again. But if you ask about it, we would explain that there were star stelae like this one in Thrushmore. There are only 2 there, but
Well, there was a third one.
there was a third. We
It
never
was
saw it.
in. It was.
We think it might have been underwater.
No, you guys did see it.
Oh,
It
we
was
did
at
see
the
it.
hill.
Oh, it was under the cave. That's right. We did
Yeah, it
see
was
it.
under the cave. Yeah.
It was in a cave. It was
Cormac.
underground. So yeah, we did see all 3 of them in that case. There were 2 that were like in the town, and one that was hidden underground under Lowell's Hazardton Lowell's like manor, which is possibly how he got involved in this whole mess.
Was Cormac gonna say something?
Cormac asks Gus, can't you look into the past to see how they did it before?
Yeah, I could probably do that. But I can only go as far back as essentially a few weeks at the moment. I'm working on means to increase that duration, but that's going to take some time. It'll give me some psychic impressions at least.
He pulls out his hero deck and draws a card, focuses on that as he casts retrocognition.
Okay.
And that's
You
going to be
start to cast
13 weeks.
retrocognition. You're getting a signal, so to say. This one's a little bit more vivid than just like emotions and senses, because the psychic impressions are strong. You are seeing someone that certainly fits Lowell's physical description, and other individuals here, all reading and chanting from a book. And you can see these this like monument here, this stele, starting to react, glowing with a yellow light. But as they are performing this ritual, you hear a noise, you hear a scream, and it definitely didn't come from any of them. And you know, like when your retrocognition is like kind of like sifting and uh like shifting like to another like time or like further in during the week. But for some reason, this one like kind of goes back forward in time, closer to where you guys, and you're seeing like a visual psychic impression. There's a force that is present right now with you, with the whatchamacallit, with the six of you.
Mm.
And it's this screaming. And Gus, you take a breath, and your breath is suddenly very cold, like you can see it.
Something's foreboding around here. I sense some psychic energy, powerful, very powerful.
Does he see it present?
Yes. It hasn't fully manifested, but you do see this like visible psychic impression around this room. Like, kind of think of it as like a visual like mist that's floating like in front of you, like around like here. Not where the arrow is pointing, but just that line in general. It's this big hazy thing that hasn't, like I said, formed or coalesced yet, but only you're seeing it because you're sensitive to these psychic impressions.
Gus is looking at this now. This haze was there the entire time.
No, not until you started using retrocognition.
Can he do anything to identify what he's looking at?
Give me knowledge religion.
Why is he rolling consistent 4s and 3s on his rolls? I mean, granted, yes, it's a good roll, but jeez.
It's still decent.
Yeah. Yeah. So 26.
It's still high enough to sort of get it. All I'm gonna tell you is that you're pretty sure that this is something that could, at any moment now, manifest into a spirit. And judging by like the screams and stuff that you got in your original cognition, you don't think it's friendly.
I'm sorry, that cut out.
Sorry. Judging by your retrocognition and the screams, you don't think that this spirit is going to be friendly.
All right. Gus is going to mention
This mist, there's a mist blocking this, or towards this wall. I don't believe any of you can see it, but it will manifest itself into a spirit of sorts. a very cold feeling came through my body. And I do believe it's going to bode ill. I'm going to go ahead and try something to prevent this from happening.
Okay, and on that note, Gus, you and everyone else have 1 round to do something because you've been. So take it like a surprise round with just you guys. You guys all
Gus-
have a standard remove action.
Gus is going to, as a move action, pull out his silver mirror.
Okay. You guys can also place yourselves where you want to.
This will work. This will work. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that I'm not stepping on something that's blocking my visuals. Or am I?
No, your visuals aren't being blocked from where you are.
Just
You
checking
can see
here.
everything.
Okay, yeah, I can see. All right. Then if that's the case, come on, move on back. If that's the case, then yeah, Gus gets the mirror out, and that's his move action. So.
Okay. Jane loads a gun. She loads her. What do the others do? Cormac, Fingrim, Coot.
So we have one standard, right?
Standard or move? Consider it a surprise round.
So I'm being told something's about to happen.
Yes.
I'm gonna go into total defense.
Cormac casts Iron Skin on himself.
I'll just look around and wait.
Okay, give me just a moment. There's somebody at my door.
Okay.
Finger me and get the bonus again for the rolls.
For initiative?
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
give it to you.
I'm not sure if I'm the one to use it on, but alright. Maybe do something with it.
Yeah, actually, he'll give it to Gus.
All right, that
Gus
works for me.
Gus, you
have a
know
plan.
this thing's coming.
If it's
so
like spirits or haunt or something like that, Gus is like the best at these at dealing with these sorts of things for sure. I mean, I have.
yeah,
I
This
didn't
is my
even pull my
specialty.
weapon because if it's like a ghost or something, I'm probably gonna cast Force Sword because that's gonna work better than my actual weapon. But
What's the modifier that you're granting me?
it's
you
just
just
you get
roll
to
it
roll
twice.
your
Okay, I'm back.
initiative twice and take the better result.
Oh, okay. So
Okay,
I'll do
so-
that.
So Fingrim is taking total defense. Did I get Cormac and Coot?
Yeah,
Yes,
Cormac's
I'll
casting Iron Skin on himself.
take a total defense as well. Then yeah.
Okay, Iron Skin, total defense. Gotcha.
And then I was informed that I'm going to be getting the initiative like kind of advantage ability.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be when we are rolling our niche, I'm rolling twice and taking it better.
Right. We'll remember that for next time because we're probably gonna end the session here.
Oh, okay.
All right, sounds good. Oh, I know, so I'll remind you if you don't.
I'll have to remember that I have my mirror out.
But yeah, everyone feels just like Gus was feeling a little bit early, ahead of you guys, 1 round before. Everybody feels that it gets a lot colder in this room, and you can see your breath. There is something that appears here. It's a sword.
A sword.
A bastard sword, to be precise.
Is it also function as a short sword? I guess I don't know until I grab it. If I do.
But this is the first thing to materialize. And there's a voice that also echoes around. And it's a feminine voice that echoes to avenge my companions. None of you will leave here alive. And there's a dancing wreath of blue cold flames that come into existence around this sword, as well as a figure.
Oh no, she's over by me.
And she is holding the sword.
Okay.
This woman with these wrappings, and her eyes are lifeless as you are looking at a spear. And she brandishes the sword at all of you. And that'll be it for tonight.
All right.
All right.
If I don't get murked by her. It could happen. I did total defense, so. But. Yeah.
Gus
Now
has
you
a plan.
You have full plate, so you do have a little.
Well.
That's not going to do much
Full plate
against
might
a
not help if
freaking
she's a ghost.
incorporeal.
It might just be versus my touch AC.
Yeah.
The total defense will help versus that though. Since I have crane style, total defense was a +7 to my AC, which is pretty nice. But my touch is still only like 21, so like most stuff you're fighting at this level, especially if they're gonna have your touch, like I have +14 to hit, like they're probably gonna hit you. I have +20 to hit. I don't know. Numbers up there usually like unless like all your ACs touch AC, you're probably gonna get hit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
basically, if I was a
unless-
Dex Magus, I might have been okay, but I might be okay against stuff like
Yeah.
that. I'm not playing a Dex Magus.
All I had this week was the token for this this individual, but next week or the next time we play, I guess not next week, but 2 weeks from now, because next week is the Thanksgiving.
Next week's Thanksgiving, yeah.
But yeah, there's a full picture of this character that I will show you. Looks,
All right, cool.
She looks very interesting.
That
Okay,
was
but
quick.
yeah, that's it for tonight.
All right.
Neat.
Make sure you got the 8700 experience. And
I did.
Actually,
And the
I'm
gold.
actually
291 gold.
surprised.
290 gold.
I thought for sure one of us was gonna die, but it ended up not being as bad as I.
Luckily I had most of my spells, even though I was like out of arcane pool points.
Well, luckily there were
And
some
Kudu
big
was
hits,
able to do stuff.
and yeah, Kudu was consistently hitting it for.
Yeah, Kudu rolled really
Thank
well on the
God.
attacks. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is scary. I've always wanted to run one of those, and now that I have, I'm like, man, this is a bad time.
It lived up to your hopes and dreams.
Yeah. It's as destructive as it is disgusting looking.
Yeah. I'm really
All right.
I'm glad that
I
my
guess
crit
we're done.
pulled